Oh yeah, pew 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 pew. We are back and we are live. It is Rumble on Rumble number 31, y'all, and it is going down. Wow, it's a huge one. My partner's going to be in here to join us in just a second. Want to send a shout out to the chat. We're going to need you tonight, chat. Break down your thoughts. Let us know what's going on, how you're feeling about everything. The goal of tonight is to let you know that this has affected both sides, but not only that, but what the hell is going on? We're going to be breaking it down. Excuse me. We're going to be breaking it down from what's really going on, what we know, what we think, some blatant misinformation that's out there, and the fact that as everything like this seems to unfold, there's always more than meets the eye. But of course, I'm no good by myself on stuff like this. You know what I mean? If it's slash guitar solos or punching other guys via, MMA, we can talk about it. I'm good for that. But when it comes to the real stuff, the intelligence, the stuff you need to know, the man is here with us. Of course, my partner, always here. The man on the right-hand side, the living legend himself, DJ Protocol. What's good, sir?
What up, folk? I'm all right. I'm feeling good despite situations, but then I sat down at my desk just now, so I almost messed up.
What happened?
I didn't grab my drink.
Oh, that don't work.
That don't work. And I had to bring it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't even be right if I didn't bring it, so I had to. So I come back from fixing my drink, and I look up, and Stream Yeezy done hit me with the Flambeezy.
Yeah,
I need a premium.
Twitter. Something about Twitter.
No, it's just like you need a premium in order to. I gotta have X premium in order to go live now.
Oh. So
Yeah.
they fried you on. Is that on my page or on your page too?
No, I'm guessing just with StreamYard. I'm guessing in order to plug it in, because you know how we plug in on Stream Easy and go to X. Yeah, it's just like, a premium account is required on X in order to stream on the platform.
That's new.
Yes.
That's why they did that for free. That's what they got you hooked. You know what I'm saying? They give you a couple weeks for free. You get your little X numbers up, and then that's why they were let's be honest, they were moderately inflating numbers.
Yeah.
Or if it was one of those, if somebody watched you for over 30 seconds, they counted that as an entire show view, and they kept it registered. So you got juiced on your X numbers, and then they're like, now give us $11, $12, whatever.
Right.
12,
right. And you already know my beef of why I won't. It's not that I can't. Like, I've honestly been contemplating. We'll talk in the back channels, but I've been contemplating. And I guess within me contemplating these last 24 hours of just going ahead and paying for the year, I get smacked with the, hey, buddy. I know you was doing good on your show over here. You going to give us the money or not?
Well, and it's one of those that I kind of think, because they're really Rumble's the only other spot. And X seems to be more solid than Rumble, in that Rumble, it's going to be any day before their doors get kicked in. You know what I mean? For some bullshit. So
what is X, or who is X?
Yeah, Elon. But who did he just?
No. I'm talking about just X's Twitter.
Yeah.
X's Twitter. It's been here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's been here. They are more than 10 years in the game. Been here.
Plus,
as opposed to Rumble, that is what, 4?
Yeah. Well, and not only that, but Rumble just doesn't have that back infrastructure and the amount of users. And Elon just donated an undisclosed amount to a huge super PAC for Donald Trump.
Oh yeah, he's in.
Yeah, if there's one way to, secure your company in the game, it's give money to the king. So, yeah, man. So, but we'll figure it out, dude. But yeah, that's weird, because I see. It says you can't go live on it right now. And then it was like, click to go live. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So
what? Who? 2 inches to the right, America. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm
This is
People
that
like
alcoholic
you.
dude. Yeah, no, this is that alcoholic dude who left America when he was 10 and trolls me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just
And
want
he's
you.
like,
Oh, he's not
yeah,
even in America.
no, he hasn't lived in America. Can't. He's Philippines and then Thailand, and he brags
Oh
about.
man, please.
Yeah, and
One of these days, Gringo, you're gonna get got.
see my baby's mama suffer, and I drink 24 hours a day. No one can outdrink me. I'm like, you're a grown man with kids, bro, and you're bragging
and
about this shit, and then
ain't
telling
got
me
no
Biden should be
purpose.
the man. Like, what's
Ain't doing
wrong with
nothing.
you?
Yeah,
He's
man.
on
I
my
know
page
those are.
talking shit because that's all he's got. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
So,
you know what? You just got a few moments of notoriety in the world, but now the world knows how much of an ain't shit person you are in life. And I mean, commenting like that, we kind of pretty much know you're an
yeah.
ain't shit person in life. So, you know, it is what it is. May God continue to bless you with life. Obviously, he has some type of purpose for you to be here. I pray that you realize that purpose eventually, and then do something about it. You got kids, bro.
Yeah.
And with that being said, going back to the show, what my dog
Yeah.
Fuego talking about? Rumble is also under constant network. Yeah, man, big time, bro.
Yeah. All day, every day. Absolutely. But I'm glad they're here. What up, Fuego? It's good to see you, brother. Everybody that you know, the love is important and real tonight. And
Yes.
hey, I invited everybody. I was like, you agree, you disagree? You know what I'm saying? It's important for intelligent people to weigh in. And I don't mind if you disagree. Look, man, I don't know everything right now. Look, anybody who tells you I know exactly what happened 100% on either side of anything is fucking lying to you because nobody knows right now, man. Look at the circles, dude. I've been fucking grinding. LS in the building. Yeah.
What up, my guy?
So yeah, man, nobody knows exactly what's happened. I mean, I'm the kind of dude. I mean, my wife will attest. I mean, I'm up till I am grinding everything from MSNBC to CNN to Real America's Voice to Fox News to trying to reach out to my own people that are either currently serving in high level security positions like the U.S. Marshals. Which, for those of you that don't know, the Secret Service handles just the president and the vice president. Literally every other Supreme Court, senator, all of those people, U.S. Marshals are the ones that protect them the way the Secret Service protects the president. So, of course, if I know someone in that world, I'm going to reach out to them to get information. I also have friends who were wartime snipers with confirmed kills. That I spoke with, that I've reached out to and DM'd with, because I'm just trying to get all the possible information I can get. So as we come on tonight, it's not rushed, it's not crazy. I will be honest, I don't have many sources about the alleged shooter or the shooter himself. We're saying, I think we can say that fine now. I just don't, man. I'm just, there's just not a lot out there. I mean, there's yah here and yah there, but trying to track it down and it falls apart like most of this shit does always. So
I'm gonna be real. Like, although the shooter means something, shooter means a lot, but more so than the shooter, it's the shot. You know what I'm saying? And the person who, or the people who fed the gumption to take that shot, right? Because let's just be real for a second, and we're going to dive deep into this, but let's just be real. The people who took the shot and the people who are upset at where it landed and what didn't play out, those are the ones who are truly evil. Because understand, no one MAGA has taken a shot at the sitting press.
not at all.
No one MAGA has even done anything, like moved forward to actually hurt any type of official. No one MAGA. Now, with that being said, we do have the fake Gretchen Whitmer situation, but we found out that that was feds who, again, as I stated just a few minutes ago, who fed the idea and the okay to move forward on this. And the only people that we have on record is people stating that bullseye needs to be placed on certain individuals. People saying that, oh yeah, they were the president, but they got paper felonies. Yeah, we need to take away their Secret Service protection. Like, why would you even think that? You should be wanting to punish them for the paperwork situation that they caused. You want to take away their protection, knowing that they're a target because they know things, they are an asset. Like, come on. No one said remove his secrets, his secret clearance. So no one said we want him to stop getting briefings. They're saying they want him not to have protection. Why? Nancy Pelosi, all of them, Nancy Pelosi, the news, all of them was the ones who were out here saying Trump's an existential threat. He's going to cause so and so to happen to our democracy. He must be stopped at whatever cost. Like, they're the only ones. We're doing it by the ballot box and waking people up to see what is going on, and then pushing the idea and the notion to take charge of themselves, take charge of their own families and communities, and do what's necessary for them to move forward, while they're the ones who are literally taking shots. Come on, man. Get out of here, bro.
Yeah. I'm 100% with you. It's one of those things that okay, so I said I talked to a sniper guy, and I pulled it up. I want to pull this up. I think it's relevant to what we're saying right now. Good way to jump in. Look at how close that was. Now, we both know. Let's break down some information here. This was 150 yards away. Downhill, meaning the shooter was up above his target, right? In a windy summer field, right? So it means that it's very easy for that wind. Then you have to factor in the humidity of the air with all of those people, changes barometric pressure, which causes a bullet to either float or drop quicker. There's a whole lot you have to consider. And with all that considered, we have a 20-year-old who, as far as we know, and everything we can find, has no, this is very important to me to find. And of course, there's nowhere I can find any of it. And I'm leaning towards no from everything I'm seeing. But I'm telling you, that's what I'm leaning towards. No formal weapons training at all, right? Like, he wasn't in the ROTC, his local, guard. He wasn't in his local rifle club or anything like that. In fact, he, seemed to be Antifa, as far as I can tell. Not confirmed, but I've seen more than one report on that. I'm leaning that way because it makes sense right now. However, that being said, 20-year-old kid with no formal training, 150 yards away, outside in terrain he's never been in before, and somehow he gets a shot off that good. Look at that, man. And I got to tell you, my man who said 2 inches to the right was wrong. He knows about 2 inches. Well, every lady he's ever been with does, but that's neither here nor there. It's more like about 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch. That's what that is. If you look at it, all Trump had to do was slightly turn his head. So that was a very good shot. Okay. Look at the target size. Think about that. That was actually an amazing shot. There is nobody who shoots recreationally who wouldn't say that was a great shot. And yeah, and as you know, people are taught to aim right above the ear because that's the biggest target of the head and the easiest to hit. And if you look where the shot was and how it hit him, chances are it dropped a little more than he thought it would. And I personally think because it was so close, it was a wind push. A gust of wind came up. And I'm not saying it was supernatural. I'm saying it was nature. Because if you've ever been hunting, and you've tried to shoot something long range, sometimes you can fire a shot and you can feel the wind right after you pull that trigger and you're going to miss. So I personally think that's what happened. Pro, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I do feel like it could have been. It is speculation. It could be when something happened. It could be because he moved. Maybe he had him lined and he was looking one way, and then by the time he had done switched and moved around, whatever. It didn't happen.
It didn't happen. You missed. Yeah.
You feel me? It didn't happen for whatever. Not it's deeper than that, man. That dude, that man, we know is a God-fearing, God-caring man.
Yeah. You're right. I agree.
And he's protected like he's supposed to be.
Yeah. Well, and it's to a deeper purpose, and that's what frustrates me, I think, with the play. Or it's because they know and they're pretending like they don't know. or they're scared. And man, I think there is no one more relieved right now than a basement dwelling, greasy fucking Gen Xer streamer who's made his living with his purple hair, going, I'm going to watch my wife get banged by 3 other dudes because I'm liberal and cool, and that dude is the happiest dude, or the happiest dude today. Excuse me. The happiest dude today, because he knows that he is, if the game really gets hot, he's the first one to go. He's the one that we use as the banner as we march into your town. You know what I mean? He's the dude I'm gonna put on the spike and carry into your town, going, that guy. You can be that guy. We can make that happen. So not to add too much weird brevity to it. However, you know what I mean? It's those guys, I think, are the most relieved and why they're talking the most shit. Because they're the most scared. Because God knows, as we were saying earlier, I mean, I just feel like the average intelligent MAGA person is probably able to defend themselves easily against 5 people if they, are well trained. I'm not trying to say anything that, you know what I'm saying? I think they're able to defend themselves against 5 people up into a point of casualty. Well, I can say this stuff nice. Okay, rock on. They're able to defend themselves up to the point of casualty.
You got it.
So,
you got it, guys.
Yeah. So if every, armed MAGA person is able to create 5 casualties on the other side in defense, they have no hope. You know what I mean? And really, because as we've talked about, it pops off locally first. So it's not going to be like an old school, British versus, America war. You know what I mean? Where it's 1,000 guys on one side and 1,000 guys on the other. It's going to be, okay, there's 5 of you and there's maybe 1 or 2 of us. What's going to happen? Or there's a bunch of us and you're just not going to come in. But I think we're going to be more defensive because we have shit to protect. You know what I mean? So we're going to, we have the land to protect and the resources. And so we're going to, be more defensive and like, you don't hurt us, we're not going to hurt you. So, yeah. What do you think, man? What about your folks? Have you talked to your people, man? We don't have to say names, but anybody who watches knows, right? Everybody who watches knows. So, have you talked to your folks? Like, what are you getting, man? What's the vibe in your world?
You really think I wouldn't have talked to my people?
No,
man.
I'm doing shows. I'm sorry, dude. I'm really tired. I'm really tired. I'm trying to do it and make it entertaining. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, so have you talked to your people, bro? Instead of, look, I know you talked to your people. What the fuck did they say? I'm not trying to be that guy.
Hey, listen, or just like you so eloquently put, you know what I'm saying, the MAGA people being able to hold their own against, certain other people. You could have eloquently said that. It's in you. Yeah. You literally just showed us just a second ago. Don't you shortchange me, sir. Don't you shortchange the ringside rumblers. You don't do that.
Fair.
Yes, I've had some conversations. So look, I agree. More so on the fact, because again, the whole concept, and this isn't all, there are some people who are just Trump crazy. Like, it's not even, there's 2 forms of TDS. There's a Trump derangement syndrome, and there's a Trump dependency syndrome. And you got a lot of people who are like, just like straight dependent of Trump. Just dependent. Like, without him, my Griff will not exist. My life will not exist.
Exactly.
But there's not those people by the numbers like it is the deranged people who can't do anything. Right? Who's literally like the ones who hate Trump are essentially dependent on Big Daddy government. All right. So they need him not to be there so that they can continue to be dependent on the government. And they come in high numbers. Excuse me. Now, the true high numbers of conservatism, if we really look at the people, the ones who live on the farm, have their businesses, have family estates, got the kids working in the business and learning and moving forward, like truly conserving something, building something, right? They want to keep that to be there. And those typically are the people that know something that goes after conservatism, voting for Republicans, supporting Trump, it's supporting Project 2025, if you would. Right. Those type of people who are like, wait a minute, you really kind of getting out my way. There's some things where you kind of stepping in my way, but we can work on that. The base of what you're going towards is exactly what I agree with. And I'm already doing it. I'm doing it myself already. I'm already over here working out, staying in shape, making sure that, you know what I'm saying, I'm eating properly. Like their mindset is already over there. So they'll be in more of a position to fight. And they're ready to fight, you know what I'm saying? In the conversation, the question of asking about, have I talked to my folk? Yes. Yes, I have. Yesterday, my phone was like,
yeah, man. Yeah, I bet.
And, you know, there's a lot of mixed emotions going on. I can tell you one thing, though. I can tell you one thing. All these people wishing that it was and wanted it to be. You talk that funny stuff online, but like I want you to do this. Especially my black fam, my black folk, because I seen a lot. I seen some weirdo white people saying this, but like I saw my black folks saying stuff. I saw my fam say some shit. And what I need you to go do is go talk to your grandma, your church elder, and I mean your real church elder, right? Your old high school teacher. I'm talking about the people who lived in the 60s, like was alive. Bills, paying bills. Right? Ask those people who are still here, how was it when Martin Luther King got killed? All right? When MLK got killed, it was going down. Imagine that on a grander scale, because although MLK did work for the people, he had the people galvanized. I mean, he got taken out during the Poor People's Campaign. His mission was the people. He was just a civil rights leader, a damn good speaker. And I don't know. I mean, if we're going to go by the books, he was a decent negotiator because he got bills and stuff. All right. But Trump actually was a president and had that same emotion of inspiration that was in black people and has a white people and others. You think that them people after stand back and stand by, you think that they were going to after stand back and stand by? Nigga, stand by for what? You'll know. And they've asked Trump, you know, that's literally been a Trump conversation. Like, sir, you said a storm was coming. What storm? You'll find out. You'll find out. All this is swirling through people's heads and they say stand back and stand by and then they take a shot? Oh, okay. You better be glad you ain't get what you asked for. Because what they tell you about when the riots was happening with MLK ain't gonna shit. And guess what? They listening to Archie Eversole right now. Y'all know what song I'm talking about.
I do. So, and I think one of the ways to equate it is BLM, man, is one of the as far as civil unrest, BLM was one of the biggest in our lifetime, you know, in the last, say, 30 years. That was national civil unrest on that level. I think Rodney King was even a little less, quite honestly, than that. So, you know, imagine a BLM times 10, and it's real ones who've been training for this their whole life. You know,
That's why I won't even be BLM times 10. Like that's the you put the times in there. You talking about KO Ken. We talking about some Super Saiyan. Like, you know what? I don't even know. I think it'll be Brolic Super Saiyan type shit. Like that straight berserker, like go crazy. Because for years they've been like, you got to understand. Like, and I don't understand black folk, bro. Yeah. I don't understand my folk. Like, you know what it's like to be ostracized and pushed and targeted. Like, you know that feeling. So to honestly stand back and egg it on towards someone you don't like is crazy to me. Yeah. But you know what you would do. Because, you know, there's a saying that we always say over here, you know what I'm saying? We ain't got the complexion for protection. That's just what it is. We ain't got the complexion for protection.
Unless you vote for Biden.
You no, because shit, even then, there's nothing.
Shout out, Kelsey. Thank you.
But we'll jump in. No, the white folk kick something off. Yeah, heck yeah, we'll jump in with the shit. Yeah, y'all started it. We just gonna get in. I'm gonna get my few paps. All right, let me run. I'm good. I got my paps in. I got my paps in. Pap. All right, I'm good. Y'all started it, but we got in. But for us to truly kick some real shit off, no. And the ones who kick it off is the trained motherfuckers. That's why, and you know, that's what this whole situation I look at, because I don't know. It was an operation. I'm going to put it out that way as best I can.
We getting into
it was an operation. This wasn't some lone wolf, some guy just not like this. This is me. This is, if it comes out wrong, nope. This is what I truly believe. My heart of heart, God gonna have to come down, sit next to me, and be like, nah, it really wasn't. It's the only way I'm going to believe it. All right.
It was one dude. Yeah.
Yeah, only way I'll believe that. But, you know, the people who watch Demolition Ranch, right? They're the extreme for real conservative people, and they're not that guy. Or the guy they want us to believe. He's not that guy. But they are on Demolition Ranch's neck. I've been subscribed to Matt and them for a while, man. I've loved seeing this transformation that he's in now, like going from the smaller house and then buying the old resort and then turning that into the new house type like that. Like, bro, that's been a lit journey to enjoy, to watch this happen with Demolition Ranch.
Let's back up for the listeners. So the venue that this all happened at, where Trump was speaking, the shooting happened, is called Demolition Ranch.
No, false.
No.
False.
Okay, Demolition Ranch is, how does that tie into this then?
The shirt that he was wearing.
Oh, okay.
The shirt that he was wearing.
The shooter was wearing.
The shooter was wearing. Yeah, the shooter had on.
Okay.
That's why I said this is why I'm explaining this is an op. All right, yes. Right with me. So the shooter had on a shirt. It was a Demolition shirt, which is what, you guys are ringside rumblers, right? His following is the Demolition, right? So he has the shirts for the Demolition. Yeah, I'm getting there, Kelsey. I got you. I'm on my way. He was wearing a Demolition Ranch shirt, all right, which is a major gun tube situation, right? Like major, like
2A all day, like Cannon level, like Cannon level.
Like, bro, Cannon is, and that's my brother, love him to death. But compared to Demolition Ranch, Cannon ain't even made it to elementary school.
Guns are done.
Yes. Yeah, yes. I'm talking about, like, bro, he'll take vans and figure out ways to make strings and have the car driving, and he'll be pulling the strings to make the gun shoot, like on the movies type shit. Like, he put a propeller on his van and shot at the propeller to see if could we shoot a pilot through a propeller, or would the propeller stop the bullets type, like that type situation. But
Like
he's gained a
Mythbusters, but with guns.
Mythbusters with guns.
Oh,
Exactly. 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 You know, and then he just be, we're going on a range. We're trying this gun. We're trying that gun. XYZ. So like lit situation. Anyway, they've been on him. So you know how we seen Cannon get smacked recently for holding up his pistol in the stream. Well, they came at, he doesn't do live streams. He, Demolition Ranch, they actually edit their videos and put them out there. They were saying that those were okay. Now they've made it to where they're not okay. Like, it's got to be cinematic. It has to be this. It has to be that. So he, he was like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to do a workaround. Like, they've really been on his back about guns. Just recently, they changed the rules on him, and he put out a new video literally making fun of the rules. Literally making fun of the rules, bro.
Like Tomorrow's Teachings. Oh, by the way, in the latest Tomorrow's Teachings, they had Sneeko in it. Like when Sneeko was doing all that stuff with HJ, they mentioned Sneeko in the latest Tomorrow's Teachings. And you see how the Tomorrow's Teachings breaks all the rules, but gets around it. And that's their whole point, is the rules are stupid, basically. So, yeah. But the dude was like, I don't want to be like Sneeko. So.
I have to learn who they are.
I sent you the comedy video.
Which one? Oh, that's their name.
Yeah, Tomorrow's Teachings. That's the name of the page.
Okay. Yeah, see, I don't.
The awful comedy that the whole point of it is, if you label it educational, you can get away with anything on YouTube, because you could never get it. Their whole point is you could never get away with this on YouTube unless you label it education. So the question is, what the fuck are they teaching our kids? That's the whole point of Tomorrow's Teachings, is that if you label it educational, you can get away with things for children you could never release to adults. And then they just keep doing it, and then they just get away with it. It's brilliant. It's freaking brilliant. Anyway, so I'm sorry. So Demolition Ranch did the same thing, basically, in that, but not for kids, but they basically figured out a way to skirt the rules and make fun of the rules, yet still be monetized and put content out on YouTube, correct?
I'm guessing they were monetized. He has a lot of sponsors. He has sponsors, and so I mean, in that realm, he monetized it, and then selling merch, he monetized it. But I don't know if he like gets paid for the ads and stuff, because like they literally hate him, literally hate him, because especially after this last video. So 9 days ago is when he put out this video, explaining what had happened and what they were doing at YouTube and how they were stepping on. So 9 days ago, he does this video, and boom! Oh yeah, we're gonna put him in a Demolition Ranch shirt. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's too much, and it's too much. And this ain't even like, this isn't like a Kofi on tight situation. Like, this is just a realization situation. Like, this dude who is extremely pro 2A, which means he's got to be extremely conservative if he votes, which I'm sure he does. I don't remember, him ever making anything like political. He's just a gun dude who loves his family, and just his actions tell you that, yeah, man, this dude's got to definitely be a conservative. There's no other choice. Could be libertarian, but he's probably all the way conservative type joint. So, yeah, anyway, he smacks them with this video. They put the shooter in the shirt to draw attention to him. Oh, he's wearing a Demolition Ranch. He's wearing this merchandise from Demolition Ranch, and just thrust him into this. So, like Kelsey said, like, Matt is furious. Like, Matt is like, I got people hitting me up asking me, have I ever talked to this dude? It's like, what in the fuck are you talking about? Like, no, nigga, get fuck off my phone. Like, bitch, my shirt is, you can buy it online. You can go on YouTube right now. The shirt. Man, hold on.
Man, while you're looking that up, man, let me hit these chats real fast. Amy Hall. Talk about you talking to homeboy, said, oh my goodness, bro, the burn. God has a purpose for you, I'm sure. I can't see the purpose for you, though. Burn. I love it. Pro in the building. LS, Nancy Pelosi called for this. Doesn't her rhetoric call for the same vilification Donald J. Trump received? I agree. And in addition to that, remember, Alex Jones got fined $1 billion for saying Sandy Hook was faked. Yet everywhere I go on the internet, we can say that the Trump shooting was faked, and then, well, that's okay. That doesn't cause any harm to his family, I guess, or the family of the dead man. We'll get to that in a second. So
we should sue.
We should. We gonna sue. Happy Sunday, Blunt Step in the building. Pew, 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 pew. We love you, Blunt Step. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
LS, they really don't want that smoke. You are correct, LS. There is no smoke that they want, not our level of smoke. They're just not ready for it. Montoya says, I agree, Pro. That's cool. You can agree with me too, Montoya. Don't be scared. It's okay.
Well, she was
I'm right.
agreeing when I was
I know,
talking about black folk in
I-
the pop off.
That's I thought she was saying my bad. I know, but she can just agree with me sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Just drop I agree, Mike, in there. You know, I'm insecure. It helps. Okay? No, I'm kidding. Kelsey, it was hard to find the stream. Yeah, she said that the Facebook is running weird. Your ex is running, all our shit's running weird. See, the thing is, Kelsey, is that we're not approved by the Republicans. And that's fine because there's a lot of Republicans we do not like. And we're damn sure not supported by the Democrats. So, you know, the problem there is that we find ourselves getting shadow banned, blasted, locked down for crazy stuff that we didn't do. You know, it just happens. It just happens. And it's weird how I can literally post a quote that Joe Biden actually made about if his children go to a segregated school and they have to ride in a segregated bus, his children will be going to school in a racial jungle. And he does not want that. He literally word for word said that, right? But when I post it, it gets taken down because it's misleading content, oddly enough. It could cause harm. However, people screaming that they wish a former president was no longer alive and they are disappointed at a legit assassination attempt is absolutely fine. And that's why we do what we do, because somebody needs to be somewhere speaking the truth for folk. You know what I mean? So that's what we do. You know what I mean? So got you, Pro. Got you. So that's why we doing what we doing right now. So yeah, man, we are trying to do that. LS says what? Hell yeah. And Kelsey is the shirt the shooter was wearing. Yeah, nothing to do with it. So yeah, the shooter has been identified as a man named Matthew. We're going to get into that in a second. I'll be honest, I don't know. I actually have some information from some former military snipers. And one guy's actually a counter sniper. I was listening to. I did not speak to him directly, but from what I'm told, that was a pretty amazing shot to make for a 20-year-old who has no actual training with firearms. So it just. But look, the whole thing, no one knows what really has happened. We have some confirmed information, but man, I got to tell you guys. You know, I gotta think of RFK. I gotta think of JFK. I got to think of Martin Luther King. I got to think of Malcolm X. I got to think of even people who maybe weren't great supposed people, but still their rights were infringed upon, excuse me, in an extremely violent way, like your David Koresh's, you know, and there are tons of those stories we don't know that much about, or they were too small to really, they were blips in the media. So I don't know what really happened. I know, I feel like I can say with all confidence, bullets were fired at Donald J. Trump, and they narrowly missed his head and grazed him in the ear, and another person was killed. And then the alleged shooter, who we believe to be the shooter, who has been confirmed by law enforcement to be the shooter, that person is dead, and his name, I believe they said, was Matthew Wells. I have more information on that. So, yeah. Oh, the other dead person in the audience. Yes, he was a firefighter and a father and a firefighter. I have some information on him I'm about to pull up. So, LS says, what? Fuego says, someone told me the big flag behind him, and then that ended, was a target aid for the wind. Quite possibly, man. Like I said, there's so much there. If you know about like sports shooting even, or if you've ever gone hunting for, you know, whatever. Oh, and Montoya says, I agree, Mike. Yeah, Montoya, I agree too. Yes. Anyway, Fuego, getting back to that, I think so. I think there was something there, definitely. However, you know, once again, 150 yards away, high-powered rifle shooting down outdoors, to be that close. If you think about it, to say a head is, you know, there's my head. It's distorted on a screen. There's my other head. It's a pillow. But anyway, it's distorted on the screen. However, it's a small target in the grander scheme of targets. It's a small target. And the idea that that was able to be hit from 150 yards away with wind and humidity and all the conditions from an uneven, uncontrolled area with a lot of humans, which affect the humidity and that kind of thing. That was a hell of a, couldn't agree. Yeah, Blunt Step. I agree with you, man. We agree. Hell yeah. Agree squad. Pew, 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 pew. Doing it. See, Pro's going to come back and be like, see, that's why I can't let you be alone anymore because you make it silly. Speaking of silly, man, I wanted a little palate cleanser. My man put out something funny on Twitter, and so we're just going to bring it up and just do this. It's just a little 23-second clip right here.
Now it's clear that I'm here for a real reason.
This is Trump.
He got hit like I got hit, but he ain't fucking breathing. Replay that shit. Replay that shit.
That's Trump right now.
Y'all don't know, man. He's talking that shit. He's talking that shit on his track. And y'all don't know. Y'all don't know because y'all ain't been through that. Y'all ain't.
That's Trump right now.
Now it's clear that I'm here for.
Trump's all. My assassination attempt was huge. It was the best assassination attempt ever in the history of assassination attempts. There's never been a better one. Anyway, yeah. Agree squad in the building. And my man is back. Oh, yeah. What up, young protocol in the building?
Yo.
All right, man. Wanted to pull up the screen you have. Is that okay? Is it a good time?
Yeah. Run it.
Boom. There we go.
All right. So, if you guys see here, hold on.
We do some stuff. So, yeah, what we're looking at here is edging YouTube's new gun rules. Basically, the T-shirt that the shooter was wearing is right there. And, you know, it's easy to get. Anyone can get one. And I don't know, guys. I think if I was trying to be a PSYOP, run a PSYOP, be part of a PSYOP, it would be really convenient to throw a kid in a shirt like this just so people could scream, see, he was a conservative, which just doesn't make sense to me. I'm getting Manchurian candidate vibes here. I'm not trying to put it on this kid, but it's a 20-year-old kid, man. Let's be honest. This is a dead 20-year-old kid. Okay? And I don't know, man. I've tried to do a little dig, and there's just not much on him, and they have wiped the slate clean on this dude. But, man, I just hate to think that this 20-year-old kid was hemmed up in this situation because no matter how bad you hate Trump, no matter how passionate you are about politics, if you're 20 fucking years old, you haven't even had a chance to live your life yet. And I don't know, man. I don't know. I will say this whole situation is not all as it seems. That's for damn sure. But I don't know, man. I think it's a tragedy on every level because you're shaking and concerning and possibly scaring a group of well-armed individuals who are ready to go, who have been beat on and imprisoned. And we've had to watch our Dexter Taylors go to jail. We've had to watch our J6 brothers rot in jail. And we've had to watch all of this shit while getting beat on by the mainstream media. And when you try to take out the guy who is the de facto leader and the guy we look to in the unifier, that's going to shake some people up. And love it or hate it, that's a bad situation. I don't want nobody dying anymore over this shit. If I don't want nobody dying in fucking Gaza, I don't want nobody dying in Russia or Ukraine, I damn sure don't want anybody dying here. Well, that's what I got on that. Hey, Pro is back. What's up, boss?
Look, you're right. I don't want anybody else. We wish it was a war without casualties. Unfortunately, we know, that with war definitely comes, casualties. And it'd be best to minimize them. That's just like, Trump said this when they took down the drone and it was like, oh, we got to go to war. We got to strike back. He's like, for a machine?
Yeah.
You want me? We want to end the wars overseas.
And speaking to the deeper thing, why did they take out JFK? Because he wasn't going to play the war machine's game.
Yeah, he wasn't playing that game.
What is Trump basically campaigning on?
Not playing that game.
That's what I'm saying.
Like ending their complete industrial situation. the human trafficking, the war, the debt slave, every part of their industry he's looking to dismantle and let the people set up their industry.
Exactly.
And that's where we are. And that's by, you can pull the screen back up. We'll swing back into this. That is what, this guy is all about.
Yeah.
That is this. Like he's a person that is a part of it. And that's the shirt that Buddy had on right there.
Yep. That's exactly the shirt.
They want this taken care of, bro. They want us squashed. They want to get rid of the Constitution as it stands. They want to get rid of our republic and put in their democracy. That's ultimately what they want to do.
You're right.
So, we can't let it happen. We really got to stand tall. We really got to pay attention. Really got to pay attention to what they're willing to do. Like, like I know, like we all know that they are scared of 45, 46. They do not want us around here talking about some
45, 47.
They don't want that.
They do not want that at all.
They don't want it. So they're gonna try everything that they can try. They hit with the, like, let's just look real. Let's just be real. Like, let's just be real. Let's look at the whole table right now. You have this dude who was being stressed. Trump and Trump's people was stressing. This guy is delusional. He's demented. He is old. He's decrepit. This has been he's corrupt. All of this has been stated.
He's a
for
felon.
years. Yeah. Right?
You understand
for
where I'm
years.
from? A felon gets you respect, stupid. That doesn't work for us. You know what I'm saying?
Like, stressing for years, and now they see it. Right? 2020, 2019. You have the vice president who they just put as vice president, and in the span of 4 years with the vice president, she changed her race. She went from Indian to African American.
Yeah, bro. Have you seen the videos when she got sworn in, bro? It was a straight up Indian, like
it was an Indian fest.
Yeah, it was like an Indian ceremony. It was crazy,
it was an Indian fest in that thing.
Yeah.
But when she became senator, you're the first Indian American senator. You're first Indian American senator. First Indian American. And then 4 years later, she's the first African American vice president woman. What? Where they do that at?
Bro, and to let you know, I joke about that in my act. Like one of my little crowd work things I wrote and I do is, because there's always somebody in the crowd you can do. I call him Mystery Brown. I'm like, hey, you're Mystery Brown. How's your cousin's Encyclopedia and Buster? You could play anything. You could be the vice president. I do that, because that's why I don't work as a comedian anymore. But anyway, I do, man. You should come see my show sometime. It's offensive. Blunt Step said, I saw 50 put up Trump's pic when he was playing Many Men live at this show. Hell yeah. That's what I'm saying.
He wasn't playing. He was performing that thing. He was out there. Listen, was it you that I was talking to yesterday? I had the conversation, and I ain't gonna lie. I sent a message. It probably didn't get read in the inbox, but I sent a message saying, bro, and this was what I stated. You need to bring Trump out at a rally or particular at the RNC, like the rappers be doing at the boxing matches. Like, come from the back in the RNC, rapping Many Men walking through. You feel me? While Trump is like on his way to the stage, like, bruh, that there would clap. Like, everybody's like, yeah, man, Trump team should have got, like, they not like us. For what? For him to be attacked with litigation because they don't rock with Trump. But then now this happens and you got 50, who we know is Team Trump, to, man, Bump playing the song, 50 walking Trump out to the stage, rapping Many Men. Cause
with Dana White and fucking Kid Rock all about
right,
in front of
right.
him,
and then Dana goes, because they already said that Dana is finna be introducing him. You feel me? So Dana walks out with him. You feel me? And he goes to the podium and spits bars, and then 50 and Trump walk up. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Yeah.
Right, he was.
Yeah. Trump was out golfing today, but really, I need to see that video. I got to find that. I need to see it.
That's some gangster
I need to see
shit.
it. Yeah, it is.
How can you hate Trump? He's a gangster.
Bro.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like, okay, so all the rappers you love, everybody listening that doesn't like Trump, all the rappers you love, all the fucking Tony Sopranos, all the Godfather movies, you love all of it and eat it up to the point of when Trump was that real New York gangster, he hung out in the real New York gangster spots, had the #1 rated TV show on TV. Rappers were rapping songs about him. Donald Trump by Mac Miller, may he rest in peace. Still one of my favorites. Still love the Mac Miller. Y'all don't know. But anyway, yeah, that's what's heartbreaking. People just never caught on Mac Miller like they should have. He's a genius. But anyhow, all of this shit, and now they've come after the man on bullshit charges. Now they tried to shoot him. They hemmed him up. Yeah, show me, man. Drop it. I gotta see
I'm about to drop it right now. I'm about to drop it right now.
At what point do y'all go, okay, so is he a
minute.
pastor? No, he's not a preacher, but you know what? He's a good dad. He gets shit done, and maybe that's what we need as a president. Maybe we need a real one, because we know that there are people he's got to deal with that will happily kill 1 million people. You don't understand a genocidal mind state, and that's absolutely fine. But I want a guy who leads a country who does at least understand a genocidal mind state. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what we got here.
So the caption is, the assassin watching from hell as Trump goes golfing the literal next morning after he failed to kill him. How about the first play? And of course the crowd's going crazy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Let me see if I can unmute this one quick. Crowd goes crazy.
Mr. President! Mr. President!
You feel me? Like, listen. Man, listen. Shouts out to Montoya for that. Because I had no idea. I ain't gonna lie. I have really, like, I was swirling around Facebook today. But I really was off of social media, like Twitter, X and shit today. Like I was just off. Like because I seen what people around my immediate was saying. I damn sure didn't want to see the worldwide crazy idiots. Like I'm all right. I'm okay. But that's what's up. I'm glad to see that, bro. And that fight. Oh, by the way, guys, I got a new shirt, man. Y'all know what that is, right? I know what that is.
Yeah.
That's Trump with the fist in the air. Fight like hell. Little prototype. I made that, but I had to throw it on for the night. Be on the lookout. Got them for sale. It's going down.
Can't wait to get one, my friend.
Yes, sir. We got 2 versions. So this one, you know, I'm Rowdy Rough Boy. So it says fight like hell. The other one just says fight. All right. So if you want a fight shirt, we got you. If you want to fight like hell, if you want to go ahead and put it all the way in there, we got you.
Let's go. I got an echo, brother.
Man. It was and it's he was serious, like that adrenaline pumping, boy. His family's feeling some type of way. But we staved off something major yesterday, man. Thank God. Because again, if they would have succeeded in that, I honestly, in my heart of heart, truly believe, like in these cities, like, it'll be going down because all the country folk will be coming in town. Like, oh, all right, who rejoicing? Because you already know now. You already know you know that there would have been street parties. We see the people who are upset that it didn't happen. Like if they would have succeeded, there would have been people out in the streets cheering type stuff. And that would have been real bad. They thought the other mow downs was something. Boy, listen, it's gonna be a real mow down.
Yep.
It's gonna be a real mow down.
So, question:
Mm-hmm.
If it were to have happened, where do you think it would pop off first? DC, New York, Florida, Georgia, Minnesota, maybe?
I don't even know. I don't even think I could say a first, because I think it would I think it would have been a straight up just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it might have kicked off in New York, but at the same time, you could probably say that shit kicked off in California, and you could probably say, oh yeah, that shit turned the fuck up in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you got those different places, that people would have been rejoicing, and it would have been an opportunity. And all those places have some crazy Trump supporting redneck somewhere near, you know, like it would have just been a simultaneous, you know, this is reported in Atlanta, this is reporting in Miami, or coming live from New York. Like I think it would have just been like, oh my God. And I think ultimately, I think that's what they wanted.
By the way, we got to shout out, man. I'm gonna need the pew pews on this one. This is a very special person. First time in the chat, long time supporter, keeping their actual identity sacred and protected, because you know what we do out here, man. I sent it to you in a private chat, but yeah, man, shout out. We got to shout out CJ Red. And CJ Red, they're actually going to have Dana White, Bruce's boss, is bringing him out. So that's pretty gangster. We got that. Kelsey said, if it had happened, who would be the new leader of the Republicans? I'm assuming she means, you know, front runner for the candidacy. On paper, it would have to be Nikki Haley. Trump has not named his candidate. The idea where everyone was saying that he was either going to do it yesterday or today. And as you know, shit happens. So, you know, I think they're pulling back on that, or they're going to wait now on that for a minute. Probably Sunday. I'm assuming Sunday next week at the. Is it Sunday he's coming out at the RNC?
No, that's this week. That starts tomorrow.
But he's coming out. He's the headliner
Tomorrow.
Last night. I don't think he's showing tomorrow, is he?
He said something about he's doing something tomorrow.
He said, "Nah, we changed the. It's about to be the Trump insane motherfucker."
Yeah, that's and honestly, bro, they put out I got to see if I can find it, but they announced the speakers, and they said the Trump campaign has announced the speakers for the RNC this week, and I was like, oh, really? Y'all ain't say the RNC. Y'all said the Trump campaign. Y'all said the Trump campaigns did it. Something's going on. Oh, wait a minute. Hey, that's right now. That is right now. Send him a invite. Or you know what? No. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do something. Sorry, guys. I just came across something, and there's two things also. So I'm gonna find something, guys. There's a lot of things going on. You know what I'm saying? Typically, we have a lot more organized, and there's ways that we want to go, but shit's just happening right now. So roll with us as we get through this. I'm gonna hit you in the private just a second, bro.
Oh, gee, and while we're doing that, man, there's a couple things I wanted to pull up here. Look, here's the thing, guys. I'll be honest. We are dipping and diving because this shit is so dark. And there's no real answers, and we are digging to get the best information. And yeah, we make no bones that we lean conservative. You know, I think we understand. This is why I have protocol, and I'm going to be honest, because I really believe be at peace with all men as much as possible until there is no more peace to be had. And so I'm always trying to accomplish that goal. And that's important. But you also need protocols. You need people who say, well, you also should stockpile your ammo. You should also find your fresh water sources. You should also have a plan in case things get real hot or know where you are geographically, politically.
He did that while we was live. Sap sucker. All right, we got breaking news.
What's up?
We got breaking news. Check your hold on, wait a minute. Look here. All right. Check the private.
I got it. Let me find him.
I got it. No. That too, but also check the private.
Okay.
So anyway,
you want to? All right, we're gonna go live to Joe Biden right now, y'all. We're gonna watch Joe right now live.
This was an hour ago. He started it. This is 6 minutes 56 seconds.
Oh,
and he dropped this as soon as we came on. So,
thanks,
right.
Biden.
Right.
Fucking up our economy in every which way but loose. You know what I'm saying?
Every which way but loose.
All right, hold on, man. Let's just we gonna get into what he's saying here.
Yesterday's shooting at Donald Trump's rally in Pennsylvania calls on all of us to take a step back, take stock of where we are, how we go forward from here. Thankfully, former Trump is not seriously injured. I spoke with him last.
Sorry, that interpreter is too fun to watch.
Jill and
I can't do it with her.
Family in our prayers. We also extend our deepest condolences to the family of the victims who was killed. Corey was a husband, a father, a volunteer firefighter, a hero, sheltering his family from those bullets. We should all hold his family and all those injured in our prayers. Earlier today, I spoke about an ongoing investigation. We do not know the motive of the shooter yet. We don't know his opinions or affiliations. We don't know what
the motive is he wanted Donald Trump dead,
or if he communicated with anyone else. Law enforcement professionals.
We don't know any of this.
Are investigating those questions. Tonight, I want to speak.
Of course, Facebook can pull a meme I posted 9 years ago and strike me for 3 days of using Facebook because it was fine 9 years ago, but it's bad now. But this 20-year-old kid, somehow we can't find any, just magically no 20-year-old children are on social media. Zoinks.
Speak to
none.
A former president was shot, an American citizen killed, while simply exercising his freedom to support the candidate of his choosing. We cannot, we must.
Wait a minute. Pause this sick motherfucker.
We've traveled before throughout our.
All while supporting the candidate that he put. Motherfucker. Ain't you was calling us motherfucking MAGA extremists and looking like Hitler in front of that damn red screen?
Yeah, didn't you have armed soldiers with guns at the ready on each side of you, and you had red banners behind you, and you were going, MAGA Republicans are the problem with this country. We must end the MAGA Republican. Literally, dude, it scared me. Like, honestly, dude, like that was one of those times during this administration where I was like, holy, I really just thought about my family, bro. You know what I mean? Because say what you want, but my mama's going to be able to vote the way she wants to vote. And she's going to be safe while doing it. Period. So when he was screaming, MAGA Republic, dude, that freaked me out. And yeah, anyway, sorry, man.
See, Joe, this is why I cussed you out last time. This is why I'm consistently cussing your old decrepit ass the fuck out. You the type of white folk I can't stand, Biden. I swear. When we talk about a honky ass cracker, Joe Biden's name is in the goddamn on dictionary.
Yup.
Please finish playing this jackass.
Yeah, man. We got the short clip at least.
Violence has never been the answer. Whether it's with members of Congress of both parties being targeted and shot, or a violent mob attacking the Capitol on January 6th.
Like Ron Paul.
A brutal attack on the spouse of former Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi. Or information and intimidation on election officials. Or the kidnapping plot against the sitting governor. Or an attempted assassination on Donald Trump. There's no place.
Just real fast. I'm gonna do 30 quick seconds on the Gretchen Whitmire kidnapping plot. Let's break this down. There were 4 men indicted that were not officially working for the FBI as informants or full-time fucking Fed boys. Okay. Now let's break this down. 2 of them were homeless. One of them lived in a van and showered at a gym. The other one, I don't even think lived in a van and used the hot water at a Mexican restaurant that he gave like $20 a week to. Okay. Those were the 2 guys that the FBI says, we'll give you money and guns if you go along with this plan we have. Okay. So that really, really happened. One of the guys completely turned, said, I want no part of this. And they still tried to indict him on what? Conspiracy, because he was in the room when it was being discussed. Okay, the charges were completely dismissed on 3 of the 4 guys. Okay, so before Biden just says this shit, I need you to understand you're not getting all the information if you don't know that on its face, and then you hear him speak. That's all. We'll continue.
Place in America for this kind of violence, for any violence ever. Period. No exceptions. We can't allow this violence to be normalized. You know, the political record in this country has gotten very heated. It's time to cool it down. We all have a responsibility to do that. Yes, we have deeply felt strong disagreements. The stakes in this election are enormously high. I've said it many times that the choice in this election we make in this election is going to shape the future of America and the world for decades.
It's going to determine whether you're black or not. Sorry. I mean, you know, he's said it before. Just say
this election is going to shape the future of America and the world for decades to come. I believe that with all my soul. I know that millions of my fellow Americans believe it as well. And some have a different view as to the direction our country should take. Disagreement is inevitable in American democracy.
Yeah.
It's part of human nature. But politics must never be a literal battlefield, and God forbid, a killing field. I believe politics ought to be an arena for peaceful debate, to pursue justice, to make decisions guided by the Declaration of Independence and our Constitution. We stand for an America, not of extremism and fury, but of decency and grace. All of us now face the time of testing as the election approaches. And the higher the stakes, the more fervent the passions become. This places an added burden on each of us to ensure that no matter how strong our convictions, we must never descend into violence. The Republican convention will start tomorrow. I have no doubt they'll criticize my record and offer their own vision for this country. I'll be traveling this week making the case for our record and the vision, my vision of the country, our vision. I'll continue to speak out strongly for our democracy.
Hold it together, Joe. You're doing great.
The rule of law. To call for action at the ballot box. No violence on our streets. That's how democracy should work.
We need like 3 more minutes out of you, Joe.
We disagree. We compare and contrast the character of the candidates, the records, the issues, the agenda, the vision for America. But in America, we resolve our differences at the battle box. You know, that's how we do it, at the battle box, not with bullets. The power to change America should always rest in the hands of the people, not in the hands of would-be assassin. You know, the path forward through competing visions of the campaign should always be resolved peacefully.
Keep reading.
Not through acts of violence. You know, we're blessed to live in the greatest country on earth, and I believe that with every soul, every power of my being. So tonight, I'm asking every American to recommit, to make America, think about it. What's made America so special? Here in America,
he almost said, yeah.
Montoya
called it, boy.
And hate must have no safe harbor. Here in America, we need to get out of our silos where we only listen to those with whom we agree, where misinformation is rampant, where foreign actors fan the flames of our division to shape the outcomes consistent with their interests, not ours. Let's remember, here in America, while unity is the most elusive of all goals right now, nothing is more important for us now than standing together. We can do this. You know,
we can get Donald Trump elected. Hang in there with me, folks.
Power of passion. So they created a democracy that gave reason and balance a chance to prevail over brute force. That's the American we must be. In American democracy, where arguments are made in good faith. In American democracy, where the rule of law is respected. American democracy, where decency, dignity, fair play aren't
I
just
legit
quaint
had to turn my
notions,
headphones
but
up.
living, breathing realities. We owe that to those who come before us, to those who gave their lives for this country. We owe that to ourselves. We owe it to our children and our grandchildren. Look, let's never lose sight of who we are. Let's remember we are the United States of America. There is nothing beyond our capacity when we do it together.
Defeating the evil central banking
God bless
system
you all.
controlled by the deep
May
state.
God protect our troops.
Can we do that, Joe? Yeah.
Wait, wait, rewind that a little bit. What did he say?
God bless you all. We owe
Okay.
that from the beginning.
No. Go back.
Our founders
Around
understood the
66.
power of passion. In American democracy, where arguments are made in good faith. In American democracy, where the rule of law is respected. American democracy, where decency, dignity, fair play aren't just quaint notions, but living, breathing realities.
Would you like to comment on that, or you want me to keep rolling?
No, keep going. I wanted to.
We owe that to those who come before us, to those who gave their lives for this country. We owe that to ourselves. We owe it to our children and our grandchildren. Look, let's never lose sight of who we are. Let's remember we are the United States of America. There is nothing beyond our capacity when we do it together. God bless you all. May God protect our troops.
God bless you all, and may God protect our troops.
Thank you, CJ. Someone please tell him we are a republic, not a democracy. But man, I thank you, chat. Y'all are great because we're dealing with very dark stuff in a dark day, and it's a win, but it's a dark win, and you guys are making me laugh, and that's what we needed.
Yeah, we need some good comedy right now. You know what I'm saying? Because
Kelsey said he's bringing up Trump, made fun of what? I don't know what that means.
you know when old boyfriend kicking the back door with the hammer.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what we all made fun of it.
That'll happen.
But he's not an elected official though.
That's kind of a thing. He's not an elected official. So, but anyway, yeah, he said battle box. Careful with those battle boxes. I hear a lot of liberal women have battle boxes. Yeah. The only thing that can beat a battle box, right?
What?
MD 2024.
Oh,
that's what I heard.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. MD 2024 is the only thing that can handle the battle box, baby.
My man LS says, sounds like the yin. What do you see my horrible plan to ruin America? Oh. When do you see my horrible plan to ruin America? Oh. and someone please tell him we are a republic. Yes, please tell him that. So I don't think he knows the difference at this point. And I don't mean that to be mean. I don't know if he legit understands the difference between the two. If you were to ask him, can you tell us the difference between a republic and a democracy? As with most Americans, I don't think he has that ability, man, legitimately. So, yeah.
I think, man, that is so overall thing. Because, and it's funny he's saying all that crap. He's going on he's going on record the next day to say what he said on camera. Not fanning the flames and all this stuff when, again, like we said, he was the guy fanning the flames. So let's just say it did happen. We're already in a point to where we have states that are legit suing, like red states are stepping up and suing the federal government for overstepping their bounds, right?
Yeah.
What would have happened if those states would have moved to hold or have held Joe Biden responsible if the unthinkable would have happened?
Yeah.
I mean, because these are powers, again, normies don't think about, and ask them about their state constitution. They're my what? My what?
Well, and I think that we've been intentionally kept stupid States have way more power than people think. And the federal government can come down and say, hey, states, do this. And the state can say no. The problem is then the political game starts and they withhold federal funding from your state. And
Right.
every politician, from, I don't know, there's a lot of local ones that aren't, but most politicians that deal with Washington representing your state are so in the pocket and they're dependent on every dollar they can get. Which is understandable in a way, in that they got to play that game too, because when re-election time comes, it's what has he done for you? And it's like, well, unless he got real dirty and sometimes even got on his knees, he can't do shit, because that's the way they've set him up. So you got to be a real fighter.
Remember Friday Night Flights,
Yes, sir.
where I spoke
That
about
seemed like 100 years ago. Oh my gosh.
I
Anyway,
know,
go ahead.
right?
Yeah.
Right? With all the stuff that's been going on. I spoke on Ossoff and Warnock getting that infrastructure money. All right. That money goes to your local municipalities.
Correct. Yeah.
So, most local people, as to your point, they're not going to speak up against, if they're in the local office, they're not going to speak up against what the Fed are doing or trying to fight against the Fed, because it's the Fed money, the Fed grants, it's all these other things that come in and goes into their budget that they can in turn play with, slush with, or whatever the case may be. So, they don't really fight, but you have and that's in cities. But you have some places where the conservatives, and even where the states are red ran, the conservatives are actually fighting back. Look at Paxton, suing. Paxton out of Texas has been suing the hell out of Biden. He's been suing Biden every chance he get, suing the DOJ every chance he can get. And other attorneys from other states, meaning other states, are stepping up and signing right along with it. Those same states, if something would have happened, it would have been boogie time. What's the movie? Civil War?
Yeah.
People think it wouldn't have popped off. There's literally a movie. All you guys are watching it.
Well, and what's, man, that's the not to get too deep into the conspiracy theory, but the thing that I hear is that they have to, one of the rules that they make, and I'm talking Bohemian Grove type people, is that they have to tell you what they're doing before they do it. Sort of like, I don't know, and I'm, as you know, I'm an unabashed Christian. I'm proud to be a Christian, but in the Bible, it talks about, the ways of Lucifer. You know what I mean? Like, all of his ways are old and they're not new. And it's just you that decides that, no. You know what I mean? This time I can get away with it. It's not bad for me, but the ways have to be told and they are not new. So that movie Before the End of the World, I think was the name of it, the Obama movie. They were telling you exactly what they were going to do. Yeah, leave the world behind. They don't have to shut down the whole, country. They have to shut down like 1 or 2 satellites on the East Coast. And completely block off the East Coast information feed, which some could say all of this is a big experiment, because I promise you there are people out there that have no idea what I'm talking about and think I'm crazy. I'll be honest. By the way, shout out to That Real Kelsey 808 for hanging in there. You are a soldier. So all respect to you. Because, you took the best of what I had and you're still here hanging in that. Wow. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people are like, I would want to kill myself. So respect you, but I know we disagree on a lot. However, I think a lot of that happens to be the fact that we are living in different news and information worlds. You know what I'm saying? Jesus woke me up just on time. So inshallah, brother. Jesus woke me up just in time. Anyway, the point is, you asshole. Anyway, respect. You know me. I love the burn. I love a good burn. But we're living in 2 different information worlds. And just like a lot of people in my life, once I'm like, okay, just stop and check out this information. Okay. There's a whole ton of information you're just not getting. Now, I'm not saying you're wrong, and I'm not saying that you have to change your mind. I'm saying that your mind is made up and you've been given maybe 25 or 30% of the information, and it's been delivered to you in kind of a bullshit way. Orange man, bad, rapist, child abusing, murdering thug. No, you know what I'm saying? So it's, she says she's reading Agenda Project 2025. She read Agenda already, and she's going to give us her book report after. That's cool. Good for you. So I honestly believe all that's out the window. I think it's a whole new game we're playing after yesterday.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Oh
I
hell
think
yeah. That book is scrapped.
we can argue. Yeah, we can argue over ink and black and white and ink on paper and this and that. But there's a point where it comes down to, okay, well, knives are out. Well, then knives are out. Okay.
No.
Well,
No. Not knives. Not knives.
It's a matter of, come on, man. You try to get me banned.
Not knives.
And speaking of, I just had to share my shit to Facebook because somehow I'm live on Facebook, but it wouldn't post to my page. So, and even if you clicked on it, it wasn't showing it. So I'm getting shadow banned. You're not allowed to be on X. Man, this is, you know what I mean? So I just shared it to my page. So now people can maybe drop in. But yeah, I was expecting to get fried at any moment on this. So no big deal. So, she said she was getting ink on her arm when Trump got grazed. We were suffering at the same time. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that great? Good for you. Thanks. You. I hope it was a Trump tattoo. I hope it was. In fact, let me pull up the tattoo. I hope it was, because I know you's a real one. You know what I'm saying? I know, Kelsey, you's a real one. And so I want to pull up the tattoo I hope you were getting. And if not, I will actually throw in, we'll get a little GoFundMe going for you to get this tattoo. Because I think you'll want to get it. I think it'll be important to you. It'll be something that'll make you proud and happy. So yeah. Oh, it's on my IG, not my Twitter. I closed my IG. Give me 1 second here. So let's
I
see
sent
here.
you. Oh man. Oh, hold on. Wait. Okay. Bro, I know you would love this. I would love it too. I think we need some good old comedy right now. There's 1 minute and 33 seconds in your Xbox.
Word, I'm in. Boom. This is Chelsea, I want you to get a back tat, and I want it to be this right here. Boom. Come on, be a real one, Kelsey. You know what I'm saying? Be a real one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just get that as a back tat. You know what I'm saying? Be a real one. Are you a real one? So anyway, let's see here. Can we talk about the women in Secret Service that didn't want that smoking shouldn't be? Yeah, no, that one chick who couldn't holster her weapon properly was a bit disgraceful. I will agree to that. So you said it's in my X inbox. I'm on it right now, brother. What did you think about the Secret Service reaction? That is something that I can talk a little bit about, and that I did have get a little information from a couple of people who have served either in exact same positions or similar security, high-level security positions. I thought that was very interesting. So, yeah.
Just pull up. Hold on. No, I thought I did it. I'll show you. I spoke on this at 9:27 a.m. this morning. And it's on the page.
All right.
Pro, how did you feel? Well, Trump got a lot of DEI Secret Service. How do I feel? Trump got a lot of DEI Secret Service. Look at these. Look at them. Look at them. Look at it. Look,
confused.
Look,
yeah.
Look,
yeah.
Look, I can't holster it.
Right there. See, tried to holster, can't. Oh, she did. She did.
No,
finally.
that one she did. That was right here.
Can't. I can't. I'll just hold it. Which, by the way, you shouldn't be holstering your weapon in that situation anyway.
Yeah.
For where she is on the perimeter, she's on the back corner. She should be gun drawn ready.
Yeah.
And then she moves up. Oh, that's as they're leaving. Still, she should be on that back right there. And then she runs back to it. There. Yeah, man. So.
Yeah, they gave him the worst detail.
You know.
They gave him the worst detail.
Everybody's temple belongs to the cats. It should belong to Trump, as all women spot. I'm sorry. Didn't scatter after the shots were fired. They ducked. They got down. They were scared. If you've ever been shot at, people don't always run. You only run
Yeah.
if you're far away. If you're literally like, if you're at a park or something and shots
You hit
get
the-
fired,
you hit
yeah,
the
you don't
glove.
know where they're coming from. You don't start running because you don't know what direction to run.
Yeah,
You
you
get
hit the glove.
down. You drop to the fucking ground. That's the first instinct. I can show
Mhm.
you a million videos of people, and when shots fire, they don't take off running. They drop to the ground. It is natural to just get low.
Mhm.
But why didn't they run? They all froze. Because it's a fucking shot you're in. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Listen, so it's like, look, it isn't like it always is in the movies, you know. And then like they're in high rises, you know what I'm saying? Like it's different, right? I think the people in the back, like not behind him, but like people in the back who was flat on the ground, they were able to bust moves and get going. Like those people were on high rises. And again, like you were saying, you don't know which way the shots are coming from. Like your first instinct is to drop down. Like, first of all, they didn't even realize like it was going down. Like, because they're not thinking that somebody is literally about to take a swipe at this man. Nobody there is thinking that because of so much Secret Service. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I can tell you as a person who has been to multiple Trump events. Like I'm just gonna speak on the most recent one, and I did it last night during Cannon's show. If you caught the stream, appreciate y'all. It was a fun time. But Secret Service be outside, right? Which is why I don't understand how this was able to happen. And everybody is saying, yo, there's a complete breakdown. They truly dropped the ball because that roof should have not been watched. It just should have not, like it. They should have had somebody over there.
Yes.
They should have had somebody over there.
Because
Because
in all the reports that that people were like, hey, there's a guy over there.
right,
And they were like, whatever. So
right,
yeah.
like if you're literally doing logistics, if you're literally doing logistics for security, for safety, that roof was one that it had to be yours, right? Like it's logistical, and it's a game of war, and it's logistical. If you have the opportunity to take the highest of high, you take it.
Yeah.
Especially in this type of position, you take it because you don't want it to fall in, especially 150 freaking yards.
Well,
500,
yeah,
600.
let me break
Okay.
down let me break down crowd psychology and mentality here, right? You're at a Dave Chappelle concert. You're laughing. Trump going to a Trump show is a lot like going to a stand-up show. It really, really is, right? You're gonna laugh. You're gonna be interested. That kind of thing. You're sitting there amongst like-minded people. You live every day by watching the TV tell you you are stupid, racist, ignorant piece of shit, and you're fucking up America. Everything from NPR to PBS to CNN to MSNBC. You hear people like fucking Joy Reid come on and tell you they're a piece of shit and they this and they that. But she won't ever talk to one of us. But you hear people talking about you all the fucking time, and they couldn't be farther from the truth, causing your family to fucking fuck with you, causing all kinds of problems in your life. And you finally get to a place where people don't hate you and support you and understand you. And then the guy who's trying to make it okay for you to live your life the way you think is best is up there talking. You're not thinking anybody's going to die. You're happy. You're in a good, happy state. It is a positive mindset. Now, the difference between this and Vegas is that everybody knew the Vegas shooting was coming from over here and this window. So you run from that area. When you were in a open field area, and clearly you can see he was shot at an odd angle. These are not square, tight angles, right? And then he was taken out, as far as we know, he was taken out by snipers on a roof that we've seen the video of the snipers in black on a roof like 100 yards away from there. So you have bullets flying in both directions over your head, right? And you don't know where those bullets are coming from. You hear pop, pop, and you can hear them coming from different areas, but you don't know where they're coming from. You don't run. You get down. You cover up. That's why they did that to Trump. What people don't understand is that they actually did, they did it wrong. The protocol was correct. People don't understand that in a theater, protecting somebody getting shot is completely different than in an open air environment like that. In that environment, because you don't know where the shots are coming, get it, dog, because you don't know where the shots are coming from. And not only do you not know where the shots are coming from, you have no idea where any more danger could possibly be. If you notice, they covered him up. They did their job, which was to completely cover him, act as human shields to him. And then one of them said, Hawkeye got him. Hawkeye got him. Hawkeye was the two snipers in black on the other roof, took him out, and that's when they said it's safe to move, or they were like, move now. Hawkeye got him, move now. What that actually means is that the sniper took out the shooter, and it's okay to move the president because it is safe to do that. This is all real simple stuff. You can watch the video. You can also go to like any basic, military dude who's like, no, I train, and he'll tell you that. Serious, because I talked to one of those guys. So
that's why
shout
Trump
out to
was
the
able to
homies.
tell them
Yeah.
to stop. That's why he was able to say, wait, because he already knew, oh yeah, dude is down.
Yeah. He wouldn't have been up if the threat weren't neutralized on enough of a level to get him out. They would have stayed on top of him, and they would have, because if you notice, as soon as they jumped on him, what happened? The brothers, you know what I mean? The real ones came in. You know what I'm saying? The real ones all surrounded him. And if there was still a threat, he would have not have moved. They would have all surrounded him, and you would have seen some real shit happen. So for everybody going, oh, this and that, first of all, what the fuck do you know? Secondly, I literally am talking to people whose job to do this for a living it is, who literally have taken care of senators and Supreme Court lifetime appointment justices. They've been on protection detail. You know what I mean? So, and that's why we have this show, and hopefully why you find value in listening. So is because we have this info. But seriously, they actually did it correctly. They did the maneuvers correctly. They were just a mess when they did it. You know what I mean? Like if I got a basketball player and I like run this place, like everybody was in the right position, but they all threw the ball away and couldn't get it to where they needed it to be. That's kind of what happened there. So
yeah, for the most part, they still gave him the fucked up detail because we know that the Secret Service chick, like she's a whole nutcase in herself. She's extremely political, apolitical leaning one over, but extreme political, hardly, completely, thoroughly Democrat bias. We know this about her, and that's why I'm saying, like, even now that detail was smaller than the one that he had at Columbus last year for the Republican convention. Because everybody was like, oh, he only had the two on the roof there. We were in a building. We was in a building. And I assure you that them Hawkeyes, it was nest on quite a few of the high rules that was around us. Because I was like, I'm looking up like, yep, Trump's definitely here.
yeah,
Trump's definitely here. You know what I'm saying? Like the security that we had to walk through to get in the convention, and we're delegates. We're all like, they're talking about Buddy being a registered Republican. No, we're registered and participating members in the party Republicans, and we had to walk through 2 and 3 metal detectors and the sniffing dogs there with the dudes sitting up on the high buildings, and they're aiming down, they're looking at the ground, but like all the stuff is inside. So if they had that for the inside, why did they not have this for the outside?
correct.
And that's because, you know, they've been dialing back. I mean, is it really that stretch of the imagination to say that they shortened or cut Donald Trump's protection, and we know that they diabolically hate Trump, when we know for a fact that they diabolically hate RFK for leaving and even causing this much of a looking at a third party, and he can't even get Secret Service? If they could take Trump's Secret Service right now,
And they tried.
that's what I'm getting at. If they could take it right now, they would, because they tried to put bills through to remove it. So you don't think that we can cut, this is the bare minimum that we can have? Okay, cool. Who do we have on the, give me your worst. Give me the ones that should not have made it out the academy, but they did make it out of the academy. How many snipers do we have to have?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Yeah,
Well,
we're gonna scale back.
Yeah, you can't tell me that they're like, no, this is Donald J. Trump, a former president. No, sir, we will provide him with the best possible. They're not, nobody's doing that. Kelsey has asked a couple times, and it's important. I think I pulled it up for the show. Who was the person that died behind him or in the crowd somewhere? That was actually this gentleman right here. And he was actually killed trying to protect his family. His name is Corey Compadore. Remember this man's name, a husband and father of 2 daughters, fireman and hero. This man died while protecting his wife and daughter during the shooting at the Trump rally yesterday. The mainstream press will be talking about the shooter, but it should be talking about Corey. I think it's important to talk about this guy. I think it's important to understand this was a genuine Trump supporter and something that no one is talking about, man. And it's a little frustrating at times. And that is that we take the L's. Ashley Babbitt. Just ride with me on this. On paper,
I ain't say
dude.
nothing.
I know. Just ride with me on the point I'm
I ain't
making.
say
Okay?
nothing.
We take the L's every time. How can they say we're the angry, violent ones when we have grandmas being ushered by police and taking pictures and praying, literally praying in the White House, and then they have to go to, or the, Capitol building, and then they go to prison. And the guy who shoots Ashley Babbitt in the face is completely exonerated. You know what I mean? Why is it that we take the losses and they get to scream we're the violent ones? When do they at least own the fact that, okay, maybe we're kind of fucking violent a little bit too? Okay, first of all, I don't know if Derek Chauvin was a conservative, but if you want to say, okay, well, that was one that we lost on our side as Democrats, which I don't think that my man George Floyd was very political. I would be very surprised if he was registered to vote. However, the point is, okay, but then BLM and really Antifa went out and killed a bunch more folks, right? Black and white. So how many L's do we need to take on this side before you guys decide, okay, maybe we don't need to be murderous anymore? Or is it ever going to be enough? That's the most concerning thing for me there. So, you were asking where he was in the audience. He was directly standing behind Trump. He was sitting in the stands behind Trump. Was hanging outside the Warehouse Club at a Tribe Called Quest concert. I never heard shots, but I saw everyone around me turn towards me, and I turned and ran also. Laying down isn't always first, Mike. Once again,
that's outside, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's outside, and there's a crowd moving. You're not like you don't have flat space. You're talking about people who are literally on risers. You know what I'm saying? They're on risers behind that man. They can't bust those moves. And then another thing, like, raise your hand if you've been to the rally. Raise your hand if you've been to the rally. Have you ever been to a rally? Put your hands up.
Not a Donald. I've been to a rally. It's not a Donald Trump rally, but yeah.
All right. I want you to know, right? We was in Carolina. Matter of fact, let me see. I've never shared this with Rumble on Rumble, and I am going to find this right now. All right. I'm going to share this with you guys. Got to be more careful. Is he still on there? Yeah, he's on there. I'm trying to think where I can find this right quick. I know it's on his page, but it'll be so hard to find it. It was so long ago. Maybe I can get it by going and looking at like the dates that stuff was released. Anyway, the security people in these rallies tell you they be on some, you can't sit on the floor type stuff. Like, you can be standing outside all day long. and you get inside the building and you're in the arena and you decide, man, I'm about to sit on the floor, boy. I'm tired. I cannot stand no more. They will literally tell you, get up off the floor. Okay? When you get on those high rises, you're literally like, you're the closest to him. They literally tell you, nah, don't move. If something happens, don't move. Like, don't move till we say move tight. Like, you don't just get to, hey, doors open, guys. First come, first serve. You want to go sit behind them, you can. Like, nah, that is not how that happens. They put you back there. And when you go back there, they tell you how and what you're going to do.
Can I ask you a quick question on
they're
that?
not going to listen to them? They're there, as Mike said. They're there with like-minded people, with the man that they want to see. Those the rules? Okay, that's fine.
You ever been on a cruise ship? They heard you like they're like, go here. Now stand in this line. Now go here. Nobody got. Now, let me ask you a quick question. At those rallies, were there heavily armed, scary-looking dudes, or at least, military-ish looking dudes? If you look this way, could you see him? And you looked over here, could you see one? And if you look back there, okay.
Yes.
So guns start flying. You're in a crowd. Now, I like basketball. I went and saw Jordan Peterson sold out the Thunderdome recently. That's the biggest crowd I was in recently. Now, I can tell you, if I decided to take off running, I wouldn't get too far. There's too many people. There's too much stuff around me. I couldn't just get up in the middle of an aisle of seats and start running. You ever try to go to it's like worse than a movie theater. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's shoulder to shoulder, butt to butt. You know what I mean? Crowded in. It's like a party. You don't just run. And maybe your first instinct is to run, but you're crowded in. People around you are ducking. And you look up and you're the only motherfucker's head who's up. And all you can see are guns and bullets. What are you going to do? You're going to run? And you don't know where those bullets are going? I've been in many. Look, I'm from Oklahoma, dude. Every party I'm at has a shooting. My wife, when we had July 4th, she was like, nobody's jumpy over this. I'm like, yeah, no, because guns all the time. Like, we're used to every Friday night you hear guns popping. That's normalcy, man. I can't count the amount of parties, parks, you know what I mean? Concerts, nightclubs I've been to where gunshots happen. That is a normal occurrence where I'm at LS. You know what I mean? And yeah, F them rules, you do what's best. But I know for a fact that when you run, you could be running into the gunfire. One of the number one things when the pop happens is if you don't know where the gunfire is coming from, get down. Because better you be running away from it or not be running into it and you be down. It's a lot safer than being up. It's a lot safer. Plus, if I'm a shooter, if you're down out of my eye line, chances are I'm not going to hit you as much as if you're off running around crazy. My eye's going to catch you. I'm going to aim right the fuck for you. I've seen people in a park take off because somebody shot a couple gunshots and people started running because there was lots of room. I've also seen people in very tight spaces where gunshots happen and you hit the fucking floor because you can't run. Running is not an option. And we were not hemmed up on every corner, on every aisle with heavily armed law enforcement and military people. But I know for a fact that if I'm in a crowd and there's bullets flying over my head both ways and I can't run because there's people both sides and everywhere I look, there's an armed motherfucker, my best hope is to get down on the ground. You know what I'm saying? So... And I love you, LS. I'm just saying, I think that the crowd got down because their running wasn't really an option for them in that situation. Definitely the bleacher people behind Trump, running was not an option for them. It wasn't. You ever been in bleachers, high bleachers? You can't just run. You don't get to just start jogging, especially when they're packed out with people. Running is just not what you get to do. You got to get down. Maybe that's why the dude was taken out. You know what I'm saying? What do you have here for us?
Got to get low.
Oh.
What is that? Oh, let me hold on.
I got that guy up. I got that Twitter up, man. We'll drop it.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and pull up the comedy while I find this. I'm almost to that video. That was way back then. That was back yonder. But yeah, pull up the comedy. I'm ready for the comedy. We need that.
On it.
Jeez. I told you.
He said it's always, and you're right, it is not always first. Most of the time, but yeah. All right, no, wrong one. Let me do this. Boom. Here we go. All right, we got a little comedy, ladies and gentlemen.
the president. Well, the nigga that's running, Trump. He got shot, dog. They shot him. This nigga done been shot. This nigga done went to jail. He done scammed people. And this nigga my uncle? Who the fuck?
Yup.
Who the hell? He's black. He's officially black now, bro. This is beautiful. They shot him. He was like, yeah, I'm having a fire. He was fine. He was doing like this and walked out with an American flag on him. Like this. He put one of these, like, I'm a real nigga. Fuck, nigga, I'm out of here. That's right? Hard, bro. I wasn't even finna vote. I'm voting now, dog. He won.
Hell
I wasn't
yeah.
even finna vote. I had no skin in the game. I like, that nigga got shot. He won. Fuck the bullshit. He had real ops, nigga. What the fuck? Joe Biden biggest op is the stairs. That's it. He had real ops. Somebody really tried to listen. That's how you know he a real nigga, bro. Joe Biden has been trying to kill himself his whole presidency. Nobody had to kill this nigga. Nobody had to try to kill it. Trump been just ready to go his whole time. And like, we got to fucking off his ass. And missed. And just skipped his ear and missed. That's crazy, bro. Hey, Mexican nigga, you fuck with Trump? Yeah? Hell yeah, that was good. Huh? You say amen? He not God, nigga. What the fuck? That was crazy.
That was good.
But that's the streets right now, bro.
Yeah.
That's literally like the mindset of the streets right now, bro. Like,
Yeah, man, you can't turn somebody into Tony Soprano and expect us not to love him. You know, he's an anti-hero. He's a perfect anti-hero.
this man is Stone Cold Steve Austin.
It's like, oh, you've done some bad, exactly. Oh, you've done some bad things, but you're gonna say fuck the man that's been fucking us all over, and you're the dirty bastard to get it done because we play fair. Well, then get it done, bro. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. I think that's clearly an oversimplification. But yeah, man, that's you know where it's at. I wanted to go over a couple little things here, man, on the less fun side. Now that we've kind of made the mood easier, here's the dude. All right, so this is Antifa Watch, and this is the supposed shooter right here, and basically, Thomas Maxwell Urich and Matthew Crooks was his social media there. So wanted to show this right here. Supreme Court gives Joe Biden legal okay to assassinate Trump. That was a Politico article dated July 1st. So yeah, we're the bad guys. We're the evil, murderous, violent ones. So this is what I wanted y'all to see. Okay, so Maxwell, this is the guy. Maxwell Urich, his Facebook name, right? Let me see if I can get it a little better. Maxwell Urich, his Facebook name was Maxwell. They're wiping his profile as we speak. And this was at noon. This is the real shooter. Why they are covering it up. Why are they covering it up? Excuse me, when he tried to kill Donald Trump. And as you can see here, there is a quick video. And this is him. Doesn't look super conservative to me, but okay. And as you can see, you can scroll down, you can see, and then boom, no mutual friends, no all friends, just checking, right? That's his profile picture, same dude. Oh, and then when you go to click on the profile picture, not available. Not available at all there. So yeah, that's that. And then we go.
I wish they would have scrolled down to like the date that the pictures went up. Like when the page was created type shit.
Yeah, there definitely needs to be a little more investigation. And then this is the next video. That's a little quicker. Let's see here if that gives us more info on this one. We're doing the research in real time. Yeah, I'm not seeing dates here. Golly. Like I said, man, nobody knows. I am doing the best. Look, everyone in my world will attest to the fact that I have dug and dug. This one was interesting as well. Definitely wanted to pull this one up. The shooter was in a BlackRock ad.
My name is Brian DeLallo. I teach AP and Honors Economics in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Financial well-being to me is knowing that I can be free to do the things that I love to do. I hope when I retire someday, they say, you know, that guy made this place a special place to come.
Him. This is supposedly the shooter right here. So yeah, that is supposedly the BlackRock shooter. I have a couple of different well-confirmed sources saying that is the guy. But I also don't have 100% confirmation. You want to look it up, check it out. So this is him as a kid. Then we got the side-by-side of him there. What do you guys think? There and there. If you're watching, I'm showing pictures of what they consider to be the actual shooter. So there's a picture of him in this BlackRock ad, and then there's a picture of him on the roof.
His forehead and face looks so weird there. Go back.
So yeah, give me a sec. Look at that little, there's a little chunk out of his ear, and then you look at that chin. That is a definitive chin. You know what I'm saying? So let's go back.
That's a definitive forehead with
That
that
chin.
face suck in though. Look at his forehead and look at how his like eyes suck in.
Yeah.
Do you see that drop?
Yeah. That's a
That's
to do
a
the spin.
cliffhanger.
Yeah, that's that is a clip. That's somebody who spends too much time on the internet. You know what I mean? So
No, that looks, maybe it's just me, but I ain't gonna lie. That looks like a birth deformity. Like, am I tripping?
yeah, like a cleft palate.
Yes. And I don't see that. And I don't see that there.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, yeah, man, this is just weird.
Like he got punched in the face in like one of those cartoons, and his face was like,
yep. Yeah, and you know, God knows he might have gotten beat up. A lot of times dudes turn to that shit because they are bullied. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to give him any sympathy, but I'm saying that very well could have happened because he looks like he got his face smashed in legitimately. Like he got into a fight and he got beat up. And he's only 20, so if it happened in the past year, it can take a long time for that shit to get healed up. So yeah, man. And that's basically all the news I have for now, other than he was also a part of Antifa Watch. Where did that go? I had the I think that was in these comments here. Okay, so they're saying 37, not 20.
3 arrested.
And this was, 29-year-old Maxwell Urick of Perry South. And this, so he was on officially, he was, they were saying on the Antifa watch list. Yeah, there this is. So, yeah, man, there's a lot here. Like I said, I am giving you what I have. And I would love for any of our listeners to come in, check it out, give us what they think as well. So, Jack in the building. Shout out, Jack. I just wonder what makes Trump so worthy of an assassination attempt when Biden's having done the worst overall job, right? Yeah, no, because they can't, they want the bad ones in. You know what I mean? You don't get banned, as Thomas Sowell once said, they don't hate you for telling a lie. They hate you for telling the truth. So, yeah, it was taken at a weird angle, straightening and flattening it and distorted it. Very, very well could be here. So that's the case. But yeah, if any of the listeners have any information that's not, just crazy, like, he was a registered Republican. It's like, we don't even know that at this point. So, and then they're saying 21, a journal I found tied the username to a meme live journal and said he was an archivist. So yeah, man, there's some deep digging, but once again, if there's one thing I never ever do, it is trust 4chan. Like, I might find something on 4chan to dig deeper into, but I never just trust that's a factual story.
Stuff like that where it's like, I'm the officer who was there. Like, bro, come on, man. Like,
supposedly what we know, and this is even questioning now because of the other information coming out, but supposedly what we know, what's officially been reported, is that he was 20 years old. He was in the BlackRock video. He was a registered Republican, but he just registered as a Republican to vote in the closed primaries in his state. Oddly, his grandfather with his same name supposedly donated money to Project Act Blue, which is odd that his grandfather, who would be a registered Republican for his whole life in his 60s, would out of nowhere, all of a sudden, for the first time in his life, donate money to Joe Biden and Act Blue. That's not an anomaly in behavior that if you were investigating, you would try to get to the bottom of? Because I would. So there's that. And then what was the other thing we knew about him?
There it is.
What you got?
Hmm?
Give me some.
I found the video that I was looking for.
All right. Is it something you
had it somewhere
for after the show?
Huh?
I said, is it something you want to share with us, or was that just for after the show?
No, this is something I wanted to share with the show.
Word. I got it. Word. Boom. Let's go.
All right, guys. Movie time.
The nation is growing, jobs coming back.
I love that man.
With all the opposition that he's doing things I didn't think could be done.
I love him. Veterans love him.
Everybody coming together and to supporting him.
Keep going. Do not allow them to stop.
We are finally rebuilding our country. We are finally putting America first. We've totally transformed veterans health care, getting long sought VA choice and VA accountability passed after 50 years.
This guy saved me.
Yeah.
He saved me. Thanks to him, I'm here.
You're the forgotten people no more. This state is home to some of the toughest men and strongest women ever to walk on the face of the earth. The unemployment rate here in South Carolina has fallen to 2.3%, the lowest rate in your state's history. We are one movement, one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God. America is thriving like never before. And ladies and gentlemen of South Carolina, the best is yet to come. Best is yet to come.
Oh, y'all, Mike didn't catch it.
I'm Donald Trump.
Mike
and I
missed
approve
it.
This message.
Mike wasn't paying attention.
Ah! My bad. I'm over here producing. Oh, that was over there. Ah!
Mike wasn't paying attention.
Leave it. I gotta get the screenshot. Say. Give me 1 second. Come on now. Oh, that's so badass. You know what I'm saying? That is super badass.
And listen to what he says. Like, this is my favorite part about it. You know, just the lead in. Listen to what he's saying as it happens.
Gentlemen of South Carolina, the best is yet to come.
Best is yet to come.
And it's protocol, mother. Yeah.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
Yeah, man. So literally, like, one of the, like, and I've been in multiple ads. That's what I'm saying. Like, I know that he knows and his people knows exactly who my black ass is. Yeah. Like, I've been in like 4 different ads, I think. That was my favorite one because it was like, the best is yet to come. And I'm there like,
we already know, man. You know, we know. You know, the team knows. You know
I'm
what I'm
the
saying?
best, plain and simple, you know, wake up in the morning and just piss excellence type shit. Oh man, it was the one where I cussed out. Now there's a video on my Rumble, guys. You have to go on my Rumble page. And you got to go all the way back in time. It's like one of the first videos, and it's a message to Joe Biden. And I was outside smoking a stogie. I may have had a drink or two before I made this video, but this was when he made the "You ain't black" statement. Everybody was making their videos, you know what I'm saying? Joe Biden, I'm black and I ain't voting for you, and I made mine, but of course I did it in a pro fashion. And everybody was like the campaign, they was putting out everybody's clips of everybody saying whatever. They be just making compilations of the video. But I couldn't have my compilation put in there because I was smoking a blunt. And I was cussing.
Come on now, young man.
So what they did was he made a commercial and it had this real somber music. I'll have it for next Sunday. I'll save that for next Sunday for you guys.
Hell yeah.
I'll have it ready, and we'll play it. And it has this real somber music. And he was like, if you have a problem choosing me from whether you're be here Trump, you ain't black. And the very first face after him saying that in the commercial is my face. Then that was the nod. Hey, Pro, we see you. Good job on cursing them out. We can't put that in the compilations, but we'll put this in the commercial for you. And you know,
yeah,
and it was. So
they can say a lot of things about you. Yeah, I was gonna say they can say a lot of things about you, but they cannot say you ain't black. That's not anything anyone would ever say. So
I wish I'm from. Look, I am black from the Wish a Nigga Would tribe. Okay.
Yes.
I wish you would come to me and say I ain't black. Oh, all right.
All right. And I'm the long lost albino son of this tribe because, as you know, I'm always kind of hoping a motherfucker slip up. Man, we got some good questions in the chat I want to get to. My man Jack is saying it's a prelude to all the other questions that he has. Like, are we even asking the right questions? I agree. You've always got to ask yourself if you're asking the right questions. LS, veterans love him. What happened to losers and suckers? Wasn't Donald J. Trump talking? Agreed. About John McCain, like the ones that didn't get caught. LOL. Yeah, he might have talked a little shit, but, so do I. Do you guys have a link for Trump's tax plan? This is I was going to ask you about this, bro. He saw a bill passed in 2017 where people who made under 75K have their taxes raised at least every 2 years.
False.
But it benefits the rich somehow. Okay.
So false. Nobody has their taxes raised if they made, like, they literally didn't have to pay the taxes that they would have had to pay.
Yeah, I was going to say he raised the income, like before it was, I think it was 24.5 or less. You didn't have to pay your income taxes, right? Because you didn't make enough. Didn't he raise it to like 30? I think 31 and change.
He raised it up.
He raised it for the poorest people to have more money in their pocket. He literally did that. That's giving you more money. So, but I wonder, Kelsey, I would love a link because I'm not saying you're wrong. I mean, Pro saying you're wrong, and I go with Pro on this stuff because he literally writes
all day long,
these
all day strong.
shit.
But here's my question:
he writes these bills. He literally does this for the Republican Party, so he knows a little bit about it. Oh, by the way,
with both, like as a Republican, but with both, I have a brother who's a sitting Democrat in the state house, and I'm literally a legislative advisor to him. Like literally write bills in the state of Georgia.
Well, and past that even, and you're correct, past that. Anybody who knows anybody that is an actual Republican on a local level has to deal with Democrats on a local level. This ain't the fucking Hollywood shit Washington is. Y'all are sitting in a real room talking about property taxes, talking about, zoning ordinances. The real shit nobody wants to talk about that affects us on a daily level. That's the dirty work you're doing with a Republican sitting across the table from you. And you get to go on Fox and talk shit, and they get to go on MSNBC and talk shit. You really have to work with these people for the better of your own city, legitimately. So remember
I'm in the room talking shit, and then I come to you guys to let you know the shit that I'm talking because you the real people, right? As opposed to the Fox News and them don't want me. I am a lion untamed. And the last thing they want is me up there on my Kanye West shit. George Bush don't like black people. They don't want that.
We're working on it.
And they know that I'm the guy that is going to blow their set wide open. So they're like, no. Case in point, I did a nice conversation with my bro who's a member of the Georgia Democrat Black Caucus.
Dante.
We did have a nice conversation on his page.
Devontae, yeah.
The young Democrats of Georgia took our conversation down. They took our conversation down because by the end of it, first of all, I was dropping too many fact bombs, and they were like, But moreover, by the end of it, a major question was asked. If you want to see it, go on my Rumble page. It's there. I'm smarter than the average bear. See, most people go on these other places, and they'll get these interviews, and they'll give these interviews, and they allow them to have the only copy. What? No. And the beautiful thing is, being that it's on my page, they can never come to me and ask me to take it down. Because guess what? I live in the state of Georgia. They live in the state of Georgia. And we're a one-party consent state. So I can record all day long. And because I'm a party that's involved, it ain't nothing you can do about it.
Well, and even past that, because he did it on a publicly funded web page, we can all pull it. I can pull it and show it, and I can break it up into clips. There's not, because it's legal. You know what I mean? It's a publicly funded thing. That means that it has to be available to the public. Boom. So you win there as well. You know what I mean? So yeah. Kelsey says, what do you think about Trump talking about flying cars? And I am with flying cars. I'm down. I don't know if I have no idea the technology or what's going on, but if right now they came out and they were like, hey man, affordably, you can get into a car that flies. Let's go. Let's
Hell
go.
no. Are you crazy?
You don't want a flying car, bro?
I wouldn't mind a flying car, but are you fucking crazy?
Why?
Because I don't even look at the people who are on the ground.
Yeah. No, keep them on the ground. You have to pass an IQ test to be able to drive a flying car. I mean, come on. We're not going to just let these dummies that drive on the road now to have a flight. Man, if you don't know, like we were talking about, if you don't know how many car links you should be behind another car on the highway, then you don't get to drive in a flying car. Boom. Real basic shit. Let's start there.
I'm like, look, and that's understandable. I'm with you on that. Now, if we're going that far, then heck yeah. Because I already know I'm flying. I'm flying.
I believe I can fly. Anyway, my man Jack says,
I know I could fly.
But did he really? Did he not hit the? We covered that a little bit in the early part of the show. Jack, he absolutely had amazing aim. If you were at a shooting competition and from an elevated distance outside in a uncontrolled environment where the humidity and all of that is different because of the people there, with a windy day, and it was a very windy day. You could see from the video, everything blowing. It was a windy day. That was an amazing shot, which is why I am conflicted on whether a 20-year-old kid who had no firearms training whatsoever was able to make that shot. I think that's a very hard shot to make. I think I've talked to a sniper, a trained sniper, and then I was listening to a anti-sniper military guy, and they both said that was a pretty darn good shot, which causes us to question that. However, it was so wide open, I would have a hard time thinking it was anybody else. I don't know, man. Once again, this is information I don't know that we will be looking into. So it could have been a hell of a gun, and the kid was training, and we don't know that part. That kid could have been training for 2-3 months. And that's all you really need with one gun, 2-3 months to take a couple shots.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I mean, he had plenty. He got 5 off. So.
Mm-hmm. And lay in there. Listen, take it from a person who has the ability to do it whenever he wants and have that much space. It can happen.
Just go play they have shooting games. They have those hunting shooting games, those silly old school video games. You can probably play them for free online right now on, one of them. All right. Sorry. I see that. I have a question for Pro. I've been to Georgia and it was beautiful. I love the food and the people. How are they making voting accessible to?
Can I have it?
I love you, Kelsey. She's new. She's new to the show, dog.
She is new. But look, this is cool. This is fine. Listen, you've come to
the right place.
We're Protocol and Fresh Mike. All right. The Pro stands for many pros: professional, professor, proficient.
That's why it's protocol, because in any situation when somebody looks at you and is like, we need a protocol, protocol. That's
the
the
pro.
protocol. I've said many times, if I ever had a fantasy league and I could draft like the baddest motherfuckers, he's the scientist. He's the Professor X. He's the one. He knows everything about everything. And if he doesn't, he knows people that know about it. Like, he's the one. So drop some knowledge, man. I'm just going to be quiet. I'm going to let you take this, dog.
Let me see here. I'm trying to find, because I can tell you what happened, but it was in the news. And let's see. Nope. So, all right, so let me explain this, right? She says the average wait time at the 7 p.m. across Georgia was 51 minutes in polling places that were 90% or more non-white, but only 6 minutes in polling places that were 90% white. Okay, let me let you know something right quick.
By the way, he was in the room.
I'm always in the room.
He's an elector.
Right?
He's an elector for the state of Georgia. Yes.
I'm always in the room. That's why you're here with the pro. So the pro's finna let you know 2 things. First and foremost, your polling place and the number of machines that you have available to use to vote is dependent on the turnout from the previous election. Okay? The previous election cycle. So mind you, when you have an election like the ones we just had here in Chatham County in our primary, right? Where I think, I don't know, I don't even want to think. I'll come back to this in a second because I want to show you where they lied to you about 202. Let me see. Chatham County Board of Elections. You can pull the screen back up, Mike. All right. This is our Board of Elections. This is our election results. Again, you came, I don't give a fuck about no Stanford poli-sci professor. The bitches lie. And they leave out information. You're learning. You talking, where's Stanford? Tell me what state Stanford is in. Please, since you wanted to tell me about what state is it in? As I tell you that I'm living in Georgia, I've lived in no other state but Georgia. My uncle was the first black mayor of the city in which I live in. I'm the 3rd vice chair for my county Republican Party. Don't tell me about a Stanford professor. I'm the Georgia professor talking to you right now, putting you up on game. You can be a dumb liberal or you could be a smart liberal. You're going to be liberal regardless. So which one are you going to be? You going to take the game or not? Relax. Your voting booths that you have to go and vote are based on the amount of people that voted in the previous election cycle compared to what do you have in your actual registered voters. All right. So we're going to go here. Let me see. Let me go to prior elections. All right. That was 23 municipal election. No, let's go to election results. Let's go to the primary. Primary official incomplete. Oh, they switched this up. Okay. Let's see. All right, let's see. Let's share this tab. So, election day, they had a total of 22,016 voters. That's 10% on election day. 10.95% advanced voting, a total of 15%, right at 16% voter turnout. Okay? If you're not coming to vote, they're not going to put the machines out there. Don't ask me why. I mean, I can tell you why. Don't ask me why. I can tell you exactly why. Because they're cutting down on manpower. because that's money that they have to pay for. That's money they have to put out. And they really don't want to put the money out there because they want to keep the money in the coffers. So at the end, there's a surplus that they can spend how and where they want to spend. That's really why they do it, just being honest. So let me show you something. Let me scroll down. We're going to scroll down to county. Here we go. District 8. District 8 had a total of 2,357 people out of 24,609. 2,357 out of 24,609. They will look at that and they will say, damn, this precinct's only getting, excuse me, 20 people come vote, 30 people come vote. And the poll is open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. They got 20 people coming to vote. I can have 4 machines in there because all 20 people aren't going to come at the same time. So between 7 and 7, all 20 of those people can get their votes in these 4 machines. Okay? Because they're looking at the numbers that was used. And then you have a supercharged election to where, yeah, we only got, okay, this election, this is an off election. This was primaries. And we had already had the presidential primary, right? So this is an off primary, which is crazy that only 2,000 people showed up in this district. When you would think, come on, man, out of 24,000, really all 24,000 should be there. But just being real, like you would comfortably, as a my democracy, you would think 18,000 people would show. My democracy. You would think 18,000, not 2,357. Okay? But they're preparing because, oh man, shit. 10% people showed out to vote last time. We can only go by the numbers that we have. We're gonna put few out. And then the next election cycle is the presidential cycle. And everybody wants to come because Trump's going to kill the country. Everybody needs to go vote. Barack Obama is going to be the first black president. Everybody needs to go vote. You overswell. You overswell. So because you overswell at 7 p.m., everybody's off of work. So now everybody wants to go vote. And now you're stuck in line because you've been emotionally charged to go vote for this one election. And then guess what'll happen? Guess what happened, right? The next election, because you overswelled the election this cycle, the next election cycle, there'll be 30 machines in there and only 4 of them gets used. That's what happens. So blame your Democrat friends in Georgia for not being consistent and going to the election so that they wouldn't have a long time standing in there to vote. Tell your friends in Georgia to be more prepared with who they're going to choose in the election instead of walking in there with the papers and deciding on this here ballot. A sample ballot that was given to me probably before I walked in the door, telling me who it is that I should vote for. You should already be prepared and studied on who you're going to vote for. I'm not telling you what I think. I'm a precinct chairman as well. Again, I hold a lot of titles. You feel me? They can call me a nigga for Trump all they want to. You better put Mr. on that thing. You better spit some Mr. on that thing.
I'm reading. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm reading there was 1.5 million absentee ballots requested, but a huge amounts didn't get them, so had to go in person. Can you talk to me a little bit about some of the talk about teeing you up? Can you talk to me about some of the anomalies you found in precincts and why?
Oh yeah,
it's almost odd to me what you're saying right here to kind of boil that down. It's almost like if I were in charge of a country and I made immigration so bad that the entire population of people were on the verge of destroying each other, or begging me for help, becoming fully dependent upon me, daddy government, to take care of them, right? So I create a problem that only I can fix that then keeps me in power. I feel like the Georgia Board of Elections is creating a similar problem, if that's okay to say, if that makes sense.
Voting has always been easy in Georgia. We've always made it easy to vote and hard to cheat. That has always been the mission. In Georgia, you walk in with your ID. They put it in the little scanner, right? All my vets, you know how you put your ID card in the scanner when you go into the vet into the VA office at the kiosk when you check in. You know what I'm talking about. Or maybe some of you may smoke cigarettes or something of that nature, and they scan your ID at the Circle K or the 7-Eleven to make sure that your ID is valid and you're of age. Okay, so the Georgia voting body takes your Georgia issued ID and they put it in it behind the iPad, and it scans beep. And then it tells you what address, and it makes sure everything lines up. And then they turn the pad around. During the primary, they ask you, do you want a Republican ballot? Or do you want a Democrat ballot? Or do you want a nonpartisan ballot? And you choose which ballot you want. And then she turns the pad around. Oh, and then you sign it. And then they turn the iPad around and they beep, 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 hit the last little things they do. And then there's a little card with a little SIM card. They give you your ID back. They give you your card with your SIM card. You go to the machine, you put it in a box, in the little scanner, locks in, like in the ATM when you put your card in there and it locks in. Yeah, you know how they do that day? Your ballot pops up. Beep. Oh, and they give you a stylus. I forgot now, since COVID, they give you the little paper stylus that says I voted. And then you choose who you want. And you press the next, and you choose who you want, and you press next. And then at the end, it says review ballot. Little button down there. You tap review ballot. You can scroll up and make sure everything right. And then it says print ballot. And then you print the ballot. And then you take it to the machine and you put it in the machine. And there's little numbers on the machine, and it'll tell you which ballot you was when you put yours in the box, what number you was. And then you give them your card, and they give you the I voted with the Georgia peach, and you out the door. There's nothing hard about that. So simple, even a black man can do it.
Wait. Are you telling me that you can get an ID and you know what a computer is? Because I mean, from a liberal point of view, you don't know what a computer is and you're not able to get ID.
Don't know what it is, can't get ID. Oh my gosh.
But we're the
my
racist.
Goodness.
Yeah, but we're racist.
But well, I want her to know that in Georgia, after the passing of the new, and that's why they shut up real quickly about it, the new Jim Crow 2.0 bill, more black people voted in the election following that bill than the election before the bill went into play. That's why you don't hear them talking about it anymore.
It's funny how when you treat something like a actual value and you treat it like there is a barrier of entry, people respect it more and want to participate more and value the process more. That's crazy. So absolutely. Montoya said this is an important study. Absolutely. Look, not everything is fireworks and wacky stuff. Sometimes, and just sensationalist journalism, which I wish I was good enough to do. However, the point is, sometimes we have to break down these black and white numbers. We have to study this because this is what we're missing. This is what everybody on Facebook is missing. This is what people on Instagram and definitely Twitter are missing, man. They're missing this. So that's very important. I'm going to bring this back up so you can keep addressing Chelsea here.
All right, Miss Chelsea. I have a question. I have a question for the chat. All right. So, well, before I do that, let's go back up to the top. This is a statement of votes cast from the general election of November 3rd, 2020 here in Chatham County. Ringside Rumblers, you guys know about this. But this is for we want to catch the new kid up in class.
Yes.
We want everybody to be as armed with as much truth and facts and receipts as humanly possible. Okay? We want everybody on the same page. We want everybody, on the same sheet of music. All right, we don't leave anybody out. Okay? Unless you want to be outside. Now, if you want to be outside, hey man. I'm noticing now with autistic kids in school, like if they want to get up and roam around, they let them get up and roam around. They don't force them to be, sitting at the table. So, hey, if you're that kid, go ahead, We'll make sure you don't hurt yourself, but, I don't want you coming to do nothing crazy to the class when you get older. Anyway.
Oh, man. You're the comedian tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Fuego's like school time. Absolutely. Jack is like, Jack, I'm going to get to your question.
Yeah, go ahead. What did Jack say?
He was just like, he doesn't know because he doesn't keep up with Biden. But was he doing something at the same time? Was there something that possibly Biden wanted to get through or that the Dems are doing that would have caused this to happen that would be a distraction? And to that, I say, my brother, there's a quote that Joe Biden made. I posted it, and that was on July 8th. He said, enough election talk. It's time to put Donald Trump in the bullseye.
Enough debate talk.
Enough debate talk. It's time to put Donald Trump in a bullseye. So, Jack, that I think there was nothing to distract from. I think the order was given. That's what I truly think. But anyway, once again, I don't have hard proof, but yeah. Fuego said it's school time, but put your helmet on first. Put a cork on the end of your fork and put your oven mitts on so you don't rub yourself raw. It's time to learn.
Got to learn a little something. All right. Oh my Jesus! This broad said that.
I know, yeah, dude. We gotta, but see here, this is valuable. It is. hey, look, she's a soldier. I don't know any other people that are willing to stand strong for their opinions.
Listen,
all respect.
I feel you. I'm still pro. Like.
No, I know. I know.
All right, here we go. Buttercup. Jesus Christ, that was me in my blood.
The levity is good. I agree.
Statements of votes cast. Yeah. This is from here in Chatham County.
Yep.
This is November 3rd, 2020, guys. And this is for all contests, all districts, all counting groups. This is the official and complete. If you didn't see where I got it from, oh damn, it's on. Let me see. This is on the Chatham. Let me. I'll go here right quick so you'll see, because I don't want you guys to be like, "Oh, is this photoshopped? Is this did he make this up on his own?" Let me go here. I'm gonna get it all over again for you. We go to prior elections. It's November 3rd, 2020. General elections. There's the summary. There's a statement of votes cast. You download that again. There you go. Same one as you seen. I got it from the website. I didn't pull this up out of my Google Docs or anything. I have this downloaded 1,000 times on my computer because every time I go get it, I want people to see that I get it straight from them. And this is today. They never went back and fixed it. This is today. So with that being said, if you notice on this chart, it's broken down into 5 columns. All right. You have your precincts. And if you don't know what a precinct is the place where you go vote, that you're assigned to vote. Okay. Your address is broken up into particular districts. They call them precincts. All right. That precinct goes to a particular building. It may be a church, maybe a community center, high school, elementary school. Don't know, but it's one of them, as we see here. The JEA building, First Presbyterian Church, Central Church of Christ. It's wherever you go vote. You have the amount of registered voters in that precinct. And then you have the cards to cast and ballots that they cast, the number of ballots that they counted, and then the voter, right? The number of voter that they counted that have a ballot, and then the percentage of the turnout. All right. Now check it. This number, the voter, right? The ID that was scanned should always match the number of cards that was cast inside the box. This number should never be less than this number. This number should never be more than this number. This number should always be equal to this number. And neither one of these numbers shall ever surpass this number. If this was 5,470 votes cast over here, then this one better be 5,470 or less. This 3,000 number wouldn't ride. All right. So now, so we say this. Oh, this is a good one. I like this one. See, there was no provisional ballots cast in this one. That means that everybody who either voted on election day, voted advance voting, or voted absentee by mail, they all lived in that district, in that precinct, right? A provisional ballot is somebody who goes in to vote. They're not registered in that precinct, but they can actually get this paper ballot that's over here and they can fill it out, and it'll be one of the numbers that they go and verify that, okay, you are, a registered voter. You're in this precinct over here. You just came to the wrong place and you went ahead and cast your vote, and it is what it is. That's what a provisional ballot is, just so you know. All right. And then down here is the total of all the accumulating, who should be voted, right? All the provisional, all the election day, all the voting day, all the absentee by mail, all of them added up will equal the bottom number down here. And then you'll get your total turnout, and then the turnout based on which type of ballot was cast. All right. So with all that being said, let's go down. I just want to
let people know the reason these numbers are so important, and the reason we're breaking them down so specifically, is because this literally decides who the president is going to be. Straight up.
So we have a precinct here, Skidaway Island State Park. Now, remember earlier I told you, you can use Skidaway Island Baptist right here, for example. There's a total of 1,744 registered voters. On election day, 426 people went. 464 people went in and voted advance. So it went to one of the three places. So our three places was the voter registration office, mosquito control, and I think our civic center. I think that was the third one. So it was like 3 or 4. Oh, it was another one. It was the library. So it was like 4, maybe 5 advanced places. And at that point, it didn't matter what precinct you was registered in, you could vote there, because this is special. This is advanced voting. This is special. And we're just allowing those people who are registered to come and vote. Bring your ID, you come and vote. All right. And then you got your people who asked for the absentee by mail. They put in a request to get the ballot to be sent to them, and then they filled it out and sent it in. All right. And then, of course, you got the election day, who is the people who like to go and stand in line and do they do. They don't care. They make an event out of it. Like, I'm making an event out of it. I'm just going to stand in line. I'm going to vote. All right. Well, check out Skidaway Island State Park. They have 0 registered voters.
Wait, let me look. Election day registered voters, 0. Advanced voting registered voters, 0. Wait, what about absentee by mail? Oh, that's 0 too. What about, did we get some nope, 0 provisional. So that gives me a total registered voters of 0. Okay, cool.
Which means nobody. So if it's 0 again, this number right here should stay the same, because this precinct has a total of 1,744 registered voters. All right.
Correct.
No matter what, it's always 1,744. So again, these numbers can never go past 1,744, because then you got a problem. All right. They got 1,599 votes.
Well, that's like 1,600.
1,600 votes. All right. Majority of the votes coming absentee by mail. And then you had advanced voting, followed by election day. Now, excuse me. Remember we said earlier, They ain't got nobody registered. And this number, none of these numbers should ever be more than this number.
How do
Now,
we? Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. No. Go ahead. Ask that question because I'm
I was gonna
I'm
say,
about to drop another bomb on you.
how do we how do we know that people voted? Like, where are these votes coming from? Who is recording this? And like, I'm just asking you, bro, if I were to say that this was election night, right? And I was the incumbent and I asked you to find these votes, where are they coming from? Find them. Would that be something you should criminally charge me for? Or in the process of this context, if you're on the phone going, Mike, as the president, I got to tell you, I'm seeing anomalies here. I see precincts with 0 registered voters and 1,600 votes coming in, and they're all breaking blue magically right now. And I said, where are those votes coming from? And you go, I don't know. And I go, well, then find me those votes. Would that be something I should be criminally charged for? Or should that be what any president, any lead elected official should do just to secure the safety of our elections? I'm just asking as a dummy.
That is exactly what you would do. If the numbers stop counting, now I want you guys to know, Georgia wasn't called on Tuesday night. Georgia was called on like Wednesday, Thursday. It was Thursday. Because I think it was, yeah, it had to be, because I believe that was my pizza night. They fudged those numbers. They did. Yep. Hold on. Stop. We're gonna stop counting. We're gonna count in the middle of the night. Remember, they said Trump lost Georgia by 11,500 some odd votes. Well, I got 1,600 right here. That you guys told me it was perfect. There was no errors. All the numbers matched up. Really? Because I have your official and complete statement of votes cast that says there's 0 registered voters and 1,600 votes cast. And it could be a typo. That's what you want to say. Okay, well, somebody put in the wrong information or what? Okay. Well, that's my point. I'm telling you the numbers is off and wrong information has been inputted. And maybe we should look at this. But you're telling me no, because it was perfect and there was no errors. Well, here's the error from your report. But guess what, guys? Guess what? I want to show you something. I wish I had the X-File shit, because I will play it.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, that one. So, but I will play this for all my 80s babies and folk who watch Little Rascals with DJ T in there as Pops. You know what I'm saying? That Little Rascals. My man said something in there that I need you to heed advice. Hold on to your beanie. Hit the spin cycle. This is the very next election. June 21st, 2022. The next election cycle. All right. Chatham County, closed primary. Officially incomplete. What's missing? We got, hold on, let me show you. We're going side by side this thing. We have precinct, let's just start at precinct 410, 411, 412, 413, 414. The one we're talking about is 415. The error is in 415. And this was the 2020 election. Well, we got 410, 411, 412, 413, 414, 502. Where'd it go? Where's the precinct with the problem? Now, we brought the problem up to y'all. You say it was an error. You don't fix your error. But, interesting enough, that precinct don't even exist no more. So this is as I said before, June 21st, 2022.
I know, right, Montoya? She's like, what? Yeah, I've been listening to, we've been talking. This is new info, bro. Kelsey, thank you for pushing, actually, because it just dude, we got to do a document. You know what, man? That's it, man. I'm about to, like, we got to squeeze some juice out of this because this deserves a deeper look. You know what I mean? And this just deserves a deeper look because honestly, man, once again, if this happened to your guy, you would be equally as upset and stressed, I hope. Just like my friends that were Bernie brothers, because I was a Bernie guy back in the day before I figured it all out. But I was a Bernie guy, and then you had Kucinich, and then you had super delegates, and the Democratic Party has been fucking over the Democratic people forever. And then you go to this, and this is what blows me away, because to every Democratic person that has ever said any stupid shit about Trump in this situation, I have one thing to say to you. Find me the votes.
Find me the votes.
Find them. Find the people who cast the ballots. Find me the ballots. Find me the registered voters' names. Find me these votes we're counting for Joe Biden in a state that narrowly went to him.
Narrowly. Now, this is one precinct, right? One precinct in one county.
In one
There's
state.
159 counties in Georgia. Okay? And Joe Biden literally only took Georgia by 11,500 fucking votes. And I just gave you 1,599 ghost votes.
Like 12%. You just showed us where 12% of those votes came from.
And that's just one precinct in one county.
Yep.
And there's 159 counties to choose from. So there's 158 left. And I can get 200 here, 300 here, 5,000 here. 12,000 made up just like that.
Yeah, real easy. And then when you have the entire media and the entire machine going, if you look into this, you're a lying, evil piece of shit, and you're trying to defraud the election while they're defrauding the election.
They're defrauding the election. I'm showing you that, hey, this smells like fraud. It's kind of like right there in your face. And it is the people who are running it that are telling you, no, there's no fraud here. The fraud is really trying to happen over here. No, I'm looking at it.
There's no fraud. And when Donald Trump gets upset at the fraud, it's because he's a lying piece of shit. Or he's just a guy who's mad because our elections are being fucked, maybe? Could that be a thing? No. Because they got you sold on that he's evil. So, to him that is good, all things are good. To him that is evil, all things are evil. It's that simple. She says, has this problem been solved?
Nope.
Were the votes ever...
It's been really hard to solve this problem, if you would, because they're hiding behind racism, right? I can show you. I got a question, Kelsey. Oh man, we're gonna go to 11. Kelsey, it's fine. It's fine. I have a question. Have you seen Friday? Have you seen Friday? You know about Big Worm.
Big Worm.
Tell me, yes or no? Because I want you to understand, they're doing the dirt in these places where how you came in here and was like, oh, they were hurting. How are they making it easier for everybody to vote? Minorities, they did that new bill and minority turnout. No, minority turnout increased. It's minorities that are running the elections in these cities. Atlanta, Savannah. I can only speak on Georgia because we're talking about Georgia, right? We're all the cities, they're ran by black people. They're the ones who are pulling the dirt. Even if you look in other states, there's a few people who got locked up recently for election fraud, for ballot fraud, ballot harvesting, like just happening within the last 6 months, people getting arrested, right? They were hiding when it came to Trump behind the racism, because as soon as a Republican step up and say, hold on, bro, they doing something fancy, hanky-panky with the elections. That's minority. Why you attacking minorities? You attacking the black folk. You being racist. Why y'all picking on them black people and not allowing them to vote? Nah, bro, we ain't telling you can't vote. These niggas cheating. This is me saying it. These niggas cheating. And you can't say that they cheating because you being racist. You trying to withhold a vote. No, I'm trying to preserve their vote. And in Savannah, it happened recently because they know that they can play the machine, so they play the machine. And elections with the way they weren't supposed to go for the people. And they used the number flip. And now they starting to say it. I got Democrats coming to me like, hey, bro, tell me, but you've been ringing alarm about the numbers in the election. Them boys doing something funny. Tell me how this worked now. Oh, so that's how they did. Yes.
That's
Listen,
why you're the number one enemy.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. That's what, Kelsey, that's why I want you to know. This is why it's hard to find Pro. You're like, I can't find, it's weird. It's hard to find him. This is not an accident. This is why Hawk to a Girl, I can't get off of my feed. You know what I mean? I literally am like, filter this out. Yeah, I don't want to see posts. And I can't get Hawk to a Girl off of my feed. Yet somehow, some way, my own partner, I got to dig to find his shit. This is all a plan, boo. This is not new, okay?
Yeah.
So understand that's why it's hard to find him, because you understand a lot of what you believe, Kelsey. You got a black man like that going, no. Trump said, find me the votes because there are actual ghost votes counted, and we are looking somewhere for them. And when we have hard proof and put it out on this show, who follows up, Kelsey? Who's blasting it all over social media? Who's going on a liberals page and attacking them, going, you're lying because these ghost votes were counted, and that's what Trump was talking about. Who's doing that, Kelsey? You're not. We are, and look how we get treated. Okay? That's why you don't know this information, because they have a vested interest in you not getting it. And you can believe however you want to believe, but no, this is real. And no, this is really happening. And know that nobody gives a fuck. And that's what drives me the most crazy. But that's a whole nother thing. But anyway.
Of course, they're there. Something about them is there. They put them in, but it was a means to justify the ends, the ends to justify the means. You know what I'm saying? Everybody. So you don't want everyone to vote. You want everybody who's educated and understanding. Everybody should have the ability to vote, but you need to be able to know what the hell you're voting on. You should be educated. If you're not taking the opportunity to educate yourself on what you're voting on, then you shouldn't be a part of it. If you don't understand your state's constitution, you probably shouldn't be voting. And if you are voting, you should understand your state's constitution.
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And also is, as we can break it down, is that is voting a right or a privilege? Voting is a privilege. Why is it a privilege? Because it's not inalienable, meaning if you are found guilty of certain crimes, you don't get to vote anymore. You know what I mean? Because it is not free speech. You know what I'm saying? It's a privilege. You get to vote in countries that have a system set up for voting. Many countries do not. Right? So she says, there isn't really a requirement to be educated. God knows that's the truth. I mean, I want everyone who is legally able to vote to be able to do so. Hey, man, look, if people want to vote, we've set up a system where it's kind of cool for them to do that pretty easily. And it's almost like you could vote over and over again if you're voting for the right guy.
Yeah, well, funny that you say that. You can vote over and over again for the same guy.
Voting machines go burr. Yeah.
So, Kelsey. So first of all, there isn't an education requirement. There should be, just like driver's licenses. You feel me? We don't just let people get behind the wheel just because they're tall enough and can see over the steering wheel and press the gas pedal comfortably, right? We make sure that they know the rules of the road. They're supposed to know the rules of the road, and they're supposed to have this card that says, "Hey, I know the rules of the road. You have access to this." So I'm just asking that you have access to it. We're going to talk about taxes. Listen, do me a favor, Kelsey, because you'll keep me here all night. And this is fun. I'm enjoying it. But we have too much content out there where we've actually done this. Do me a favor. Friday Night Flights, just this past Friday. Go watch it. Go watch that and get an understanding of what I'm talking about people voting and what they're voting for and what they're not understanding. Taxes increasing at home by 50% dang near. Property taxes now, city getting a cut, the county getting a cut, the county transportation getting a cut, the school board getting a cut. That make rent go up. That make it hard for the people that you seem to be wanting to fight for.
Right.
Understand, this all plays. Nah, I ain't doing all that. Maybe later in life. Tell you what, if you subscribe and donate, you know what I'm saying, we'll start doing more of all that. But until then, you know what I'm saying, get it how you get it.
Chelsea, I agree Kelsey, I'm so sorry. Kelsey, I agree. That's something we should be doing. I'm working on it. So
he got it. But listen, we out here having beautiful conversations and stuff. This stuff be organic. You know, you just got to ride the ride. We got people who be here riding the ride, baby. Just the ride thing. If you want to get it in pieces and chunks, jump around, see what you find. But we ride, we go the distance around here. You feel me? We go rounds. We do the whole car. We give the people what they subscribing and asking for. Just saying.
Man, when you wrap, let me know, because I got one little thing. I'm about to educate all of you on why Trump is a better candidate for liberals than Joe Biden.
Oh,
if you are a true liberal person and you want the country to be better off for the things you care about, I will break down why Trump is better than Joe Biden. It'll be a quick thing. So let's watch this. Yes.
Let's get it. All right. Pay attention. Kelsey, get your eyes right. Let's get it.
There was no water main break at all. There was a toilet leak about 16 or 18 hours earlier in the day, leaking from the ceiling from a suite above. It was cleaned up. It had no impact on this election. The water main break pronouncement was obviously made to clear the room of all poll watchers and the media. So they were told that night that the vote count would be suspended because the water main break, and that they would resume the vote count the next morning. The next morning, everybody was stunned to learn that the people at State Farm Arena, there were 5 women that worked for about 2.5 hours from just before 11 p.m. until just before 1 a.m. Scanning ballots. And the disturbing thing about it is that there were 5 of these desks with women at each of the 5 desks. And we've labeled the first one here, kind of focused on her. She's wearing a purple top, desk 1. This is at 4x speed, so we don't have to sit there and watch, it in a slower speed. But you can see that this lady is taking the same stack of ballots. And once she runs them through the scanner, there she goes. She sticks them back in and runs them a second time and a third time. And then the lady to her right, wearing the yellow top, we've got a second video that shows that she did the same thing with a stack of ballots on her desk. And So there's ballot scan number 3 from desk number 1. One man, one vote just went out the window at State Farm Arena on the night of November the 3rd, 2020. And it's here for all us to see. This is much like going to trial with a who ran the red light case. And instead of having people coming in and testifying about who ran the red light, you got a video showing who ran the red light. Now, it doesn't take experts, you know.
It does not take experts. That's a great way to end that.
That's a great way to end there.
Because boy, the liberals, are you an expert? Well, I don't need to be an expert. If I watch and see a man shot, or I watch and see a woman loading the same ballots over and over again into machines, it at least deserves investigation and not you screaming, I'm a racist piece of shit liar who wants to overthrow my country. Right? Can we agree to that? So, by the way, side note, on the nice tip, she said, you're really making me miss Georgia. Can you send me a good cheesy grits recipe? Be nice.
I am going to be nice. I don't know if your altitude could listen. All I can do is
she's in Hawaii.
Something. I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, whole different climate, whole different altitude. She said, I think she said they don't even have grits over there.
I mean, not in the store. You can buy them in like just a dry grits, but you can't order them on the menu anywhere.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, get them. You get the dry grits. That's what you need. You need the stovetop. If you get microwave, it's ugly.
I've seen this video before, but we don't actually know who the votes were for on the absentee ballots being scanned multiple times, right?
Ma'am, did you see the spike? Did you see the vote difference in the spike and what happened?
Did you pay attention? Yeah. In the middle of the night, all of a sudden, after we went to bed at 3, 4 in the morning, there was a blue shoot up. Right about the time these ballots were being scanned over and over, there was a shot. You can literally watch the little graph, and it's Trump, Biden. It's kind of even. Then all of a sudden, boom, blue shoots up in the middle of the night when the water main break happened, and these people started counting. Okay, and we don't have definitive evidence, but let's just say they probably weren't making voting machines go burr for Trump, or he would have won the state. Oddly, maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Is that a fair thing to assume? So anyway, it's there you go. That's what I'm saying. Boom, boom, and then bink right there. All of a sudden it shoots up and beats him just enough to when they call and go, okay, turn it down, shut it down, open the doors back up, no water main break. Okay, we got it.
6 in the morning.
We just need 3 days and a bunch of crazy, uneducated Democrats. And then we're going to lie and say he said, found me the votes in fraud, when really there were a bunch of fraudulent votes counted, and he was trying to get to the bottom of it. So
look, it was Trump had done surpassed him. It was over. It was over.
Done.
It was over. My man went for that straight spike. It was over. It was done. He was riding. That's how your line is supposed to look. You feel me? That's how your line. The only and then your spike should never be like this. Like, you see how big his spike was in a straight up upward trajectory?
Yeah, not even sort of, kinda.
Like in a straight up trajectory. That only happens right here in the very top when all the numbers, like when the bulk of the numbers are coming in. This is 7 p.m. right here. Right here is 7 p.m.
Yeah,
so
that's when the most votes. Yeah,
right. This is the most votes being counted. You should have a straightward, right? But it should still be curved. You see, it's still curving upwards. You shouldn't be. But this is during the time frame, right? 6 to 12 a.m., 6 p.m. This is when they start closing.
Yep.
7 o'clock. Here we go.
Boom. Start counting. And then, between what I said, 3 a.m. I was like between 2 and 3 a.m. 6 a.m. right there. Yep. Well, all of a sudden, bink.
This man has a stupid bank
No
Like,
more
wait a
voting.
minute.
Voting is closed. Voting is long closed, right?
Long closed.
Long closed voting, really tight. Republicans are edging out like all historical elections have pretty much ever been in America. Then all of a sudden, an anomaly that has never happened in any presidential election in the history of America happened, causing Joe Biden to get more votes than Barack Obama or any other president, because we all know how fucking popular he is. Jesus. Calm down. There's just enough anecdotal evidence. And if you sit back and breathe and you divorce yourself from any party, you go, this is weird, man. Even if I hate Trump, I don't want this happening on my side next time.
If you were for homecoming princess, homecoming queen, right? And this is, get over here. This is the counting for you and another chick, right? And let's just say there's some, go ahead. Let's just say there's some green lines here, a purple line here for another chick, right? These chicks come up and then they flat line out right here, right? The other one's flat line out, but just you and this other chick. And you know y'all are the popular ones in the school, right? And you know this is the end. This is where voting should be done. Ain't but so many votes that can come in. Voting should be done. And then all of a sudden, miraculously, some briefcases pop up for her out of nowhere, the other chick. And she has just a straight, all the ballots in there is just straight for her. It's just a straight spike. Would you not feel some type of way? Would you not question them on, yo, what in the world? How did I lose? I know I was the one. You seen the people coming to my ice cream socials. You seen the people who I had coming to this senior homecoming queen. I'm helping people get into college. I'm teaching them how to get their resumes. I'm helping them with FAFSA. Everybody, man, every one of my events is lit. It's turned up. I got the influencers on Instagram. They turned up. They following me. They putting my word out. They supporting me. The people behind me. And then old girl, she got, the people who rock with her. Y'all are two popular peoples. But the people rocking with you. And you see an edged out win, and then all of a sudden the numbers go straight up. You would question that. It's the same thing here. It's the same thing here.
Absolutely. So what I'm going to be really interested to see how these elections go this year. Because just a side note, something very interesting. They practically ignored the primaries. Because we all knew it was going to be Trump and Biden, but just the way what we're doing right now, both sides kind of just ignored it. And I just kind of wanted to know, other than Trump and Biden, let's take the rest of the votes and let's see what anomalies are happening. Who's doing what? Especially because Nikki Haley was really playing that game. I mean, because you understand, as it goes, right, by the numbers, am I correct in thinking that as it goes, if something were to happen to Trump, it would be Nikki Haley because she stayed in the race versus like Vivek or Doug or anybody? It would have to be her.
Nah, because we'd have to vote at the convention.
Okay.
So it looked just like,
what the DNC is going to look like. I'm kidding.
Yeah. But we also just watched it with the Libertarian Party.
Yeah. Just a mess like that. And they ended up voting, for something
it'll be in that situation. The only difference is, like I say, with the Republicans and Democrats, the Democrats actually have super delegates that they can call in, and then the super delegates are basically like the superseding. Yeah, we said we want this, and it's gonna go this way, so boom, we got it. As opposed to Republicans, where it's just like, hey, you got to get to that number. You better whip the delegates.
Yep. Well, if I was still a Democrat, I would be so pissed at the super delegate. It literally goes, fuck what your people want. We as a party will decide who we put up. We know you participated and got the vote out and busted your ass and volunteered and signed, waived and volunteered for polls. But this guy instead. This is literally what they did to Bernie, because they knew Yeah. So, but speaking of that, and speaking of being a Democrat, because it's important, not everybody can be awesome. I want you to see this right here. Okay. So I had this interchange with this lovely person on Facebook, and this is kind of how that went down, right? I'll leave it at this. Let's not forget what a great job he is doing. And then she posts a meme that says they keep asking, can he do the job? But he's literally doing the job right now, referring to Joe Biden. I then respond, the two worst climate crises in American history and Earth history under Biden. That would be 2. 3, the most dead soldiers since Clinton under Biden. The worst inflation and job market numbers since Reagan. Illegally and unlawfully imprisoning black men for speech and not breaking the law under Biden. Not getting medical aid, human aid to people in genocidal conditions around the world under Biden. Now, these are all very liberal things, right? I mean, I talked to Kelsey the other day, and she said one of my most important things is climate change, that kind of stuff. Okay, so my man here says, I've been Googling around and I can't find evidence. Well, because you're stuck in the algorithm that you're in, beyond citations and Trump rally speeches for those points. Where can I find a neutral source that supports these claims? 1, we blew up the Nord Stream pipeline, the worst man-made disaster ever in history. Okay, the DOJ has come out and said that they thought it was Putin blew up his own pipeline, but then no, it wasn't Putin. It was contractors that were paid by the U.S. and worked with the Navy SEALs to do it. This is fact. Look it up. 2, the amount of whales dying due to us putting up windmills in the ocean. We have lost more whales in the last 3 years since the beginning of, or since whaling times. Truth. We have a pandemic of dead whales happening, which fucks up the entire ecosystem of the ocean. But nobody's bothering with that because the Democrats are doing it. You only care about the environment when Republicans are trying to feed people. 3, we are funding both sides of wars in several places around the world. There are over 250,000 casualties in the Russia conflict, Ukraine conflict, war, not arguing semantics, alone. And side note, Obama was good at targeted missions. He killed the fuck out of some motherfuckers dealing with drone bombs. And then Trump actually reduced the number of troops and conflicts we are in around the world. It is fair to say that the American people deciding to take the country in a different direction after the Gulf War atrocities was what was happening, and I was happy with that. And don't even get me started on what we know is hideous and arguably genocidal currently. We'll move on from that. Inflation
Kelsey, I see you asking a couple of questions. I want you to just look at 2,000 Mules. Go ahead, bros.
Yeah, watch 2,000 Mules. Absentee ballot. Yeah. Okay, now continuing on there then. So liberally, the two biggest disasters, tons of whales dying, the largest disaster, killing the most ocean life ever in the history of the planet, was blowing up the Nord Stream pipeline that we are responsible for, Joe Biden's administration. Whales dead. Funding both sides of wars. We're doing that currently. We're funding Russia. How are we funding Russia, you say? Well, Russia is selling their oil to Saudi, then marking it up and selling it to us, and that's why everything costs so fucking much right now. But you wouldn't understand that, because no one on MSNBC has told you that's what's going on. Now, let's break down inflation. Inflation is a manipulative number. Here's how I measure that. My community. We pay $1.50 more for chicken, almost $2 more per beef per pound, and $1 more per pork in less than 2 years. Rentals are up over $300 per month per homes or apartments, etc. I work with small businesses, and I do. All sales are down across the board, and I'm talking cups, straws, lids, salts, peppers. All of this shit is skyrocketed 4 or 5 times the cost before Biden. Now, in addition to that, no matter how many times you tell me everything is great, I'm left with 2 options. 1, ignore the fact that this administration has literally changed the definition of recession, which is more double speak. Says that unemployment is low, ignorant of the fact that those records are only kept for 2 years. So anyone that falls off the unemployment rolls after 2 years is just no longer counted as being unemployed, which really works out for millions of people being unemployed during COVID. And just about the time it's time for old Joe to start running again. He goes, look at how less slow unemployment is. Look how few people are being counted, are being cared about. Right? Now, we can also break down the over 1 million gig economy jobs that are not really jobs at all. But government and big corporation-owned small businesses that you as a small business owner have zero power over, but have to take all the risks. So I can ignore all that and believe you or see that you might be lying to me. You want to talk about black men being illegally prosecuted under Joe Biden? Look up the Bishop Ishitela and Dexter Taylor. And if you don't look up the Bishop Ishitela and Dexter Taylor and want to tell me you know about black people and Trump being bad, fuck you. Moving on. Gaza, Myanmar, Libya, China with Buddhists and Uyghurs, Somalia, which we have bombed, but we can't get water to, and I could go on and on. We are currently bombing Syria. Tell me why you can't, because there's no fucking reason to, other than to make some deep state motherfuckers happy, going, look, we'll kill brown people for you. Look, are you happy with this now? They are the poorest country in their region. No amount of U.S. murder will help anyone. And that's finally not even the ugly racist stuff he said over years, the multiple lies he's told, the crimes he's committed, and on and on and on. So, if you're a liberal or you're fighting a liberal, here are some powerful points that show you that if you care about climate change, you care about poor black men being treated awfully, you care about the jobs and people not having them, then you should vote for Trump. As a liberal, I have just proven to you why Trump is a better choice for your vote than Joe Biden. Done.
There's no arguing about that, guys.
I know, it's like, damn. And I'm like, right? See, I got to think like, I know no one ever, I know you don't, but you know, a lot of motherfuckers get scared because I think like them. But I also want to remind you in The Art of War, it says 1 good spy is worth 1,000 good soldiers. Because if you do not have 1 good spy, it will definitely cost you 1,000 good soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
But spies are tricky. They got to look like the enemy. They got to smell like the enemy. They got to act like the enemy. Just like Neo in fucking The Matrix. If I look like I don't belong here, who's going to tell me what? Right? Nobody, nothing.
Yeah.
So as someone who was a former Che Guevara loving, crazy ass Marxist and sees the evil of that, I can tell you all of the goals you want accomplished will be done faster under Trump. And here's the crazy thing. Most Republicans you talk to aren't against that shit. They just know the way to do it is not for an evil, murderous ruling class to continually overtax you, pull money out of your pocket while forcing you to do what they say. And then trying to kill the people that you want to bring in who would help. Those aren't the people you want. You want Donald Trump. Long live Donald Trump. And long live protocol. Brother, tell the people what you got coming up this week.
And this week's gonna be a good one. I gotta bang out a flyer. I've been, man, yesterday. Whew. Yesterday.
War.
Thanks.
Was it war? It was war over here, brother. It was war and research.
It was war, it was research, and then it was conversations and meetings, right? So it was time. At the end of the day, I got to get my Kamala Harris on. It was time because, you know, time being time, and you really don't get the time when the numbers of time. So, but anyway, yeah, time that should have been dedicated to other things.
Yeah,
got dedicated to that. But I gotta bang a flyer out because on this weekend, we this Friday Night Flights will be taking place live from, a local community center. I'll be with the teenagers. They got midnight basketball up there, and I'm going to speak and talk to them about podcasting. So
hell yeah,
man,
I love that, bro.
Yeah, so we're gonna do the show live from there in the hood, and we're gonna see what it's bopping about. And
you want me to throw together a graphic for you?
Nah, I got it. I'm about to do something. Yeah.
No, I thought you wanted a good one. That's okay. You go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, why have good when you can have great?
Sure, no, you're the best.
You know, because I be banging out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I be banging them out. Listen, did you see Friday Night Flights? Have you noticed that?
Hey man, if you're feeling froggy about doing graphic design, you know you got a show on Sunday nights. Feel free to help with anything
you got it,
want.
man. Listen, bro, you got it. Look, you got
but
it.
I don't.
You don't.
Shit.
Anyway, look, it'd be simple. I'm all about simple. You know, I do simple things. I find things that are related to flights, and whatever I'm talking about. And look, last one I used okay, shit. Jack Doherty said, "Why have great when I can bang out also?" Hey, listen, you want to do some work? Sundays is open, and he's a graphic designer. Shoot, even depending on what you look like, you can have Sunday and Friday.
Okay, first of all, don't be hiring people without talking to me first. Okay, first of all. Secondly, I figured, I could handle the locals and the broadcasting and the marketing, and maybe Mr. I Do Awesome Flyers could maybe one time do one flyer for the show I do all the flyers for all the time.
Yeah, because you
But that's
did
okay.
such a good job at doing all the flyers all the time, and I
You're so
think
busy getting the other
that's your
podcasters
thing,
paid and love and supporting them that why would you
it's your
support
thing.
yourself
Who?
in your own show?
Who?
I don't know.
Oh man,
You
don't
just
do
be
that.
promoting events to get other people paid while I'm literally on the computer working to get you paid. And I'm like, imagine if you put that effort into your own business and career.
But I do. We do.
Okay. All right.
We do. Okay. Jack said nah anyway. So now we got to figure something out. Because now he says nah. So now we definitely got to figure something out.
Jack's on the team. Jack is fully on the team. We're gonna get him around.
I know.
He's in Arizona right now. We gotta either get him here or help build him there. So you know what I'm saying. So no toes jumping, brother. You are family. It's ain't no look, man. We believe in group sourcing. We talk shit sometimes, but we believe in group sourcing, man. And I love the contributions you have made, Jack. I appreciate him. We appreciate we appreciate them, but we do really, really appreciate Fuego, Montoya.
Wait, wrong one. Gotta give him that. And we gotta give them their pew pews. Because those the ringside rumblers right there.
It's about to happen. Like I said, man, go right now, actually, to rumbleonrumble.locals.com. Link in description, and I'll go ahead and drop it in there now. And let's see, are we live? Like, if I hit play, is that us? Or are we going live? No, it was just a pre-roll. It didn't go. Okay. I'm learning how to live stream from our rumbles from our locals as well as everything else. But once again, everything's a process. And I'm so busy doing all these, flyers. It's
Hey man, listen, while you're busy doing flyers, I'm out here doing the other work. I'm cussing out the mayor and fighting a good fight in the sword. So I bang
until it's time for you to want to do a flyer, and then magically you have all the time in the world.
Nah, I don't.
For you, I
don't. I really don't. If you go look at Friday night flights, they're so awesome and they're so simple. Most of them, like it's typically the same template, but every now and then I get a little funky. And this one, you feel me? It was Joe Biden falling up the stairs. You feel me?
I know. I started banging out flyers. This is what I pace everybody. Look at our whole team. Look, when I start dropping clips, everybody starts dropping clips, bro.
Yeah.
When we come out with this show, all of a sudden there's a black guy, white guy podcast within our sphere of people. You know what I'm saying? When When I come out with this loud, powerful intro, now all of a sudden everybody's doing. When we base our show on interest, but keep enough comedy in there to keep the people interested and fun, guess what other people start doing, bro? We pace them. We pace them. And not only do we pace them with our entertainment, you educate them. How many times have we had Pro Done Told You moments? Man, there's a whole movement right now going on that you were blocked last year from even encouraging to be talked. Be like, can we at least consider this? Nah, block you. Now all of a sudden they're preaching your gospel. Man, we be pacing them.
I love it. You feel me? Like, I love it. Like, matter of fact, after this, we're gonna have like Amy, give me 25.
Oh,
give me 25, Amy.
I can smell barbecue sauce.
I know. But no, there's things that we're doing, and it's getting like we're doing what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We're doing exactly what we're doing, and then and very soon it will not be denied. You feel me? Like, the best is like, I hate to say it, but in order to deny this, they'd have to do what they attempted yesterday. That's the only way that this right here can be denied. You know what I'm saying? It's the real grind. It's the real, realization of what's going on. And I'm with the shits, bro. I'm with it. I know what
Oh
we
no,
at.
you want we are doing real things. Yeah, that's what I'm most excited. Look, man, locals is a big deal, guys. You can sign up for our locals for free. Go over there and subscribe if you would. We're gonna start doing watch parties. Also, there's gonna be there are other podcasters you listen to. You may even spend money on, and I'm gonna give you some down low on them. Some information. I'm gonna tell you stories you don't know. I'm gonna tell you things you might think you know on the entertainment level when it comes to politics. The down low on that. Entertainment on my man's side, because entertainment's a big world. We're gonna drop stuff that we can only drop on our locals. So sign up for our locals, follow us there right now using the promo code GRIFT. Right now, if you go and you use the promo code GRIFT, you can sign up for just $1 on our locals. That's for real.
Do me a favor. Pull that up.
But what up? Oh, what you got? Yeah. Boom. Yeah.
This is what's on my shirt right now, people. Fight like hell. If you want one, let me know. We about to get Mike's in the mail so he can have his.
Yeah, I'm in.
About to get his in the mail so he can have his. But this is what's on my shirt. We talk, and I made the shirt, made the graphic, went home, printed it. It's here. We're ready.
Can we give the cats a discount if they sign up for our locals? 10% off.
Ooh. I'm gonna see about that. Yeah. Sign up for the locals. 10% off your shirt.
10%. And Jack, get with me. I got yours. I'll buy yours. It's a gift because you done like half a dozen graphics for us, man. For just because you love the show and you're a supporter, at least I can do is cover your shirt cost, brother. Plus, I want the rep out there in Arizona. Plus, if you ever met Jack, he's like your size, but like 6'4", 6'2". So he's as big and muscly as you, just like football player like you, but he's like
you got the
6'4".
height. I wanted the bust 6, man. I stopped at 5'11". Like
yeah, you're
5'11" was it for me, man. I was close, but I wanted that 6, man. I wanted it.
But yeah, so no, if he wears that shirt, no one's gonna say shit. They'll be like, "Yes, sir." You know what I'm saying?
So we got the fight like hell, and we also got the one that just says just straight fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, because some people might not want to have the curse word, so it just says fight, and that's what he said.
Only 6 foot 270. My bad, dog. You lost some weight since I've seen you last. So, like I said, I've seen him, man. I had a little stupid. We go way back, right? And when I was maybe 20 years old, I had this stupid little black Toyota Tercel, and it had all the problems. You know what I'm saying? And I remember I needed a jack one time, and he got in the back of it. If you billboard size, exactly. If you remember, Jack, he got into the back and lifted the entire car up. Like he lifted the back of the car and the entire car came off the ground. I was like, oh my God. So yeah, but that's the one way when the shit goes down, he's one you want on the team. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, he's billboard size. Man, I gotta get him a Rumble on Rumble shirt. He is billboard size. So, just to advertise the show. You know what I'm saying? Actually, definitely tag the protocol on it somewhere on the shirt. We're gonna work it out. So
all right, guys. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
We have gone into small talk. Thank you so much for tuning in.
It was real.
We're going to have a Friday Night Flights live. Very excited. Tune in Tuesday night. We got a big show coming up on the 20th here locally, comedy. I'll be dusting off the old comedy chops. Going to have Joe Moffat on. Going to have a couple of other comedians on. We're going to be talking about that show on the 20th. Very excited about that. Make sure you tune in Tuesday for that. Of course, we got to support Haram Life. We'll be live Wednesday. Cannon tomorrow night. And then, of course, Friday Night Flights and Saturday and Sunday is Rumble on Rumble. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. This has been a long one, but we hope it was genuinely valuable to you. Kelsey, I will try to work on some at least chapters so we can pull stuff up. It'll be good reference, good call there on me. Appreciate that. Thank you guys all for listening. Pro, anything to leave the folks with?
Hey, man, keep your head on the swivel. This shit getting real. Start having the tough conversations with your family. Like, all jokes aside, like, it's time to start having those real tough conversations. Like, if shit do go sideways, what are we doing? How are we meeting? All this, because it's crazy that this is happening. It's the East Coast and it's fucking hurricane season. Oh my God. Anyway, yeah, man, it's just it's too many instances of situations that could happen. that you need to be prepared for. So all jokes aside, man, get your mind right, get the stupidness gone, and get your mind right, and pay attention to what's going on and be prepared. That's just it. If you want to know what that means, if you want to know what prep, tell you know what's up. You want to know what prep mean? Come holler at us on the backside, and we'll talk to you. If you ain't got much time left, like storm's here. Love y'all. Treat every day as precious as it is, man, because tomorrow truly isn't guaranteed, especially in the way that it is right now. That's it, man.
Well, I think those are great words to end on. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Rumble on Rumble every Sunday night. Make sure you follow Protocol on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and especially Rumble, and at C Hall Comedy on Instagram and Twitter. Thank you guys so much, and good night.